If you have questions as well, put them in the chat box. We have Tolulope. Tolulope, can you unmute yourself and say hello? Tolu, are you there? Is Tolu there, Malawa?
Yes, ma'am. She's unmuting herself right away.
Okay. All right. So Tolulope would be taking your questions from the chat and saving it. Tolu, say hi. Say hi to everyone.
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Yes. So Tolu would be taking your questions on the chat box and saving them together so that when the speaker, the facilitator is done, we can read out those questions to them. So yes, I know someone is shouting you out here. They're saying they're happy to see your beautiful face. I'm sure there are people from your group as well. So yeah, let me. Still trying to add a couple of people. Good morning, those who are just joining. You people are little. We said 45 and you're just coming. But welcome, we welcome you with love. Please make sure you have your, network issues. Yeah, sorry about that. Please, if your network drops at any point in time, please join again. You have the link, so try again and again. And if you continue to have issues, message the associate so that they know you're having problems joining in that sense. But yes, please continue to join. Just do it continuously. Yes, so Sandra, the session is going to be packed. Yes, it's going to be packed. We're really excited for it. Can you guys check, ASF team, can you check if Bankole has joined? So we can spotlight him. Yes, I can't wait for Olori either. Olori is, in fact, I'll just wait till I introduce her. She's an amazing soul. I'll wait. Just checking. I'm in the B section. Yet to join, okay, that's okay. He's on a call. Please note that photos are being taken as you're there. Sit pretty and nice. Let's snap you so we have very good photos to replicate. Okay, yes, I see Bankole now. Adela, please spotlight Bankole once he joins. Precious, you emptied your memory space. Please empty it. Empty, and I hope you have your notepad as well so you can take a lot of notes so that there are tons and tons of notes. You missed his session in 2019. You see, that's why, you see, it's good you applied because now you're going to have a catch up of his session here. Welcome, Bankole. I think I could see you just now. There you go. Adela, are you there? Can you spotlight Bankole for me? There you go. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Bankole.
Hi.
So happy to have you here.
Yeah, lovely to
We have 4 more minutes. Thanks for coming earlier.
Yeah, no problem at all. Take your time.
Okay, thank you. We're just keeping you here. Just admitting the rest of the people. Welcome, everybody saying welcome to. Apparently someone missed your session in 2019 and they've been waiting for another opportunity to have you. And wow. I am glad. Please, whoever wrote that, you need to pay me, please. Pay me for bringing Bankole on. They're all saying welcome. I don't know if you can see the chat box.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I can.
Okay. All right, so we have a few minutes. We have a recording. Yes, fantastic. Notepads ready. Please put your, in fact, it's not just notepads. You need exercise book and pen and have extras as well. If your device is having issues, please put another device on the side so you can log in with that one. So you're able to, you don't have any break whatsoever. ASF team, we have 2 minutes to go, or actually 1 minute now. And then we'll begin.
Please give me permission to record again.
Okay. Okay. AY, can you check that you have permission? We're starting right away.
Yes, we're good.
Okay. Okay, it's 11 sharp and we're beginning. Good morning again, everyone. Please remember to put your videos on so we can see who we're interacting with. Hello again and welcome to your first virtual session. I remember when I was putting this together and designing who to start, we penned down, my team and I had a meeting and it was Bankole from the beginning. We said, you know, definitely it had to be him. We had done a lot of research unknown to him. He's smiling now because he doesn't know that we've done a lot of research, talked about you, and we said, you know, we need someone who can power us up and open us up to the different opportunities that we're going to have on this program. And it was always you. So thank you so much that when we reached out, or when I reached out, finally was able to reach you, that you said yes. And even though you struggled with your schedule, moving things around, guys, Bankole had to move a ton of things around to make this happen, and he is here. And it just goes to show, you know, the kind of person Bankole is. So Bankole, thank you so much. I would describe you as a personal and business growth surgeon who specializes in results. That is my summary for you. You're a surgeon. You go right in, you get all the things that need to be done, dissect, do all of that, and package everything together for us to have results. And that's what we need for all the people who are here and for all the business owners that we have here. They're people at different levels of their entrepreneurial journey. And that is exactly what we all need. So thank you so much again. I have shared your bio with everyone. We shared it yesterday. We wanted everyone to read in so that they understand how special you are and how special bringing you on here is in that sense. So yeah, over to you. 1 minute. I said I was going to talk for 1 minute and hand over to you because everybody's telling me, please let him do his thing. Let him talk. So I'm going to hand over to you now. And yes, we can begin.
Fantastic. It's really lovely to be here. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Sorry, what did I just do? Okay. Yeah, Ian, thank you for having me. Thank you for pushing because my schedule has been really, really interesting, but it's incredible to be here. So hello, everyone. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment, say something nice, right? Let me know if you can hear me. You are indeed here for such an incredible time. I'm going to be sharing from my experience some fundamental things that I do believe are necessary if you are starting out in business. And I do recognize that not everybody here is new in business, but I think sometimes we need to go back, we need to rewind, go back to the beginning and see the adjustments that are necessary to be made to ensure that we can thrive in business. So I see you guys in comments. I see Uchina, Irene, Temi Tokber, Uche. I love to engage in the comments. It's a two-way street. I teach, you learn. So good to see you, Ejiro. Hi, how are you doing? Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So I'll be sharing 5 or 6 things, depending on how much time I have, that I think are essential. And I'll share some of my own stories, certain things that have helped me in the cause of my running business and things that I do believe are necessary for entrepreneurs to succeed in business. I run a management consulting practice. I help employees of corporate institutions get great work done in less time so they can surpass the annual financial targets of their employers. I've been privileged to work with different organizations, consult for the World Bank, consult for Google, Guarantee Trust Bank, no less than 12 banks in Nigeria. And I have seen it all. I've seen a lot that people have had to experience with respect to setting up businesses and thriving in their businesses. So I'm going to share a few things, a few points, and I'd just like everybody to pay attention at different points in time. If you have a question, feel free to type them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to take them afterwards. So I'll start with the first thing that I do believe is critical when you're starting out on a dream, right? And the first thing that I do believe is very critical is what I call vision, right? Vision. What is vision? Vision is a picture of a future that compels you to embark on a journey and stay on that journey, no matter how rough the road is or how long it takes you to get there. I'm going to take that again. I said vision is a picture of a desirable destination that compels you to embark on a journey and stay on that journey, stay on the journey, no matter how rough the road is or how long it's going to take you to get there, right? So imagine with me that, you saw me early in the morning and I said to you, I'm going to travel or drive to Benin today. And then later in the day, you saw me in Lagos. You'll be shocked. Like, Bankole, you said you were going to go to Benin today, right? If you're in Nigeria, where Benin is in Nigeria, right? And you'd ask me, Bankole, I thought you said we're going to Nigeria. Sorry, going to Benin. Why are you here? Right? And imagine I said to you that, man, I was driving to Benin, and then I got to Ore, and then I saw this pothole. Oh, I did not bargain for pothole. So you know what? The minute I saw the pothole, I decided to make a U-turn and come back to Lagos. Please, in the comments, tell me if you were my friend and you heard me say this, what would you think has gone wrong with me? Wouldn't you assume that this guy has a problem? Like, couldn't you find a way around the pothole, right, to ensure you arrived at your destination, right? Somebody says, I will be like, potholes, really? Seriously? Right? You think I'm unserious. Yeah, I'm not committed. Now it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you guys are coming at me, because what you fail to realize is that we're talking about you, right? Because a number of times I've seen entrepreneurs start out on a journey and encounter potholes in the course of their journey. They encounter a hiccup, encounter a rejection, and then they say they are not doing it again. They feel like throwing in the towel because of that seeming difficulty that they experienced in the course of their entrepreneurial journey. And I say that if you really have a vision, right, you wouldn't turn around because of obstacles that you find along the way. So my question is, do you really have what I call a compelling vision? The problem a lot of times is people are just strolling in life. People think that they are running businesses. No, they're on a stroll. A stroll is a walk for which there is no defined destination. Imagine you bumped into me on the road and you asked me, so Bankole, where are you going to? And then I said to you, you know, I don't know, I'm just walking. You're going to think I'm crazy, right? Because you expect that I should have a defined destination. Somebody says, what if the pothole is too deep? Don't worry, we'll get to that, right? You should have a defined destination that you are headed to. You said, you know, if you saw me and I said I didn't know where I was going to, I was just, you know, walking around, you think I'm jobless. So my point is, a stroll, a lot of people are not on an entrepreneurial journey. They are on an entrepreneurial stroll. Because a stroll, you know, you're strolling, you don't have a defined destination. You can turn left, turn right, right, no defined destination. But if you are on a journey, regardless of the obstacles that you face, you are going to keep moving. You would look for ways to surmount the obstacles. The problem is people have not clearly articulated what the picture of the future looks like. And I think that this is important, you know, for business people. What do you want? Where do you see your business in a few years, right? What kinds of results are you going to be getting? How is the environment going to be better because you came, right? You see, people have ambition, and there's a difference between ambition and vision. Ambition is a picture of a future that I am the beneficiary of, right? And it's good to be ambitious, but I think that what will keep you going, what will sustain you, what is really worth living for, is a picture of the future that not only I am the beneficiary of, but other people are the beneficiaries of, right? So how is society going to be better because you came? How are people's lives going to be improved significantly because you came? What kinds of results are we going to be experiencing in society by virtue of the work that you're doing? And I think that it is essential, it's important to be able to decide on what the future looks like for you, just a picture of what the future holds. I remember when I was starting out in business, people did not know me, right? When I was starting out as a management consultant, I wanted to be a speaker. I wanted to be busy. People didn't know me. My itinerary was empty. I recall the day I was putting together what I called then my little understanding of what a vision board was. And I imagined and I said, 5 years from now, I want my itinerary to be so packed, right, that, you know, I'd be looking at my calendar and I'd be seeing myself in different locations, speaking in different organizations and things like that. So what did I do? I got a calendar, an empty calendar. And then I started writing names of organizations I was going to be speaking at, writing places I was going to be traveling to. And I filled up that calendar and I put it up on my board. Guess what? Today I was looking at my calendar and I am literally living what was a vision for me a few years ago. Because, and this is the truth as it is, every single day in the month of September, aside from weekends, I have a class every day, right? My schedule is incredible. But the truth is, I envisioned this life. I saw it. I created that picture of a future. And regardless of how successful you are, right? Regardless of how far you have gone, you must always revisit the image that you see for yourself, because there is more in front of you than there is behind you. A lot of people are just doing their business, coasting. But if you ask them, where are you headed to? There is no clear, defined end, no destination in mind. They are not starting with the end in mind. And I'm telling you, it's important. You are successful in business, but you need to revisit. You defined it at the beginning. Now it feels like you're coasting, but what you fail to realize is that there are certain tweaks or adjustments that you need to make to your model, right? There are certain things that you need to infuse to ensure that you can take what you are doing to the very next level and experience, not just, a regular progression, but astronomical, progression. The problem is there is no clear picture of what it is that they are running towards, right? Vision, so critical. I remember on that board, I'll look for, I still have that picture somewhere. I remember on that board, I had logos of organizations I wanted to work with, right? I didn't know people in these organizations, but I was so audacious enough to print out these logos and put them on the board. And every day I'd look at that vision, right? I'll look at the vision board and I'll close my eyes and imagine a time when I would be facilitating trainings for these institutions. And I'm telling you that you cannot feature in a future you have not pictured. Hear what I'm saying? You cannot feature in a future that you have not pictured. The problem is that your mind has not received the image of what the future holds for you. And as a result of that, your mind is not creating pathways to ensure that those things will come to pass. If we were mindful, or if the people were mindful of where they came from, they would have created opportunities to go back. The same way, if you are mindful of where you are going to, you will create opportunities for you to move in the direction of where you're going to. So it is critical that you are mindful. It's one thing to have a vision, it's another thing to be mindful of the vision. How many of you take out time to just close your eyes and picture yourself in that desired destination? Picture the kind of life that you are living, the kinds of results that you're going to be manifesting. The problem is that your vision is known in your head. It is not known in your cells. Until the cells of your body understand the direction in which you are going, you will know it in your head, but your body will take you in the wrong direction. The way to move it from your head to the cells of your body is to be mindful of the vision that lies ahead of you, because life is going to throw you a curveball. It's not a negative prophecy. No, it's just the truth. Life will happen. But when life happens, are you so compelled, convinced? Are you so obsessed, engulfed in that vision that the obstacles that come your way will disappear in the face of the audacity that you will display? And the problem is people are not mindful of the vision that they have, right? I have a foundation, and our vision is to be the solution providers to the problem problems of unemployment and underemployment in Africa. And I recall when I was setting up the foundation, when we said we're going to start running projects and things like that, I remember this was 2018. I said, you know, for the kind of work that we need to do, we need to attract international funding. I knew that, see, the kind of work that we need to attract these kinds of funds, right? And we started developing really compelling projects. And I said to myself, the kind of money that I need to execute this project, what kind of money do I need? And sometimes you just need to think, why? You know, the problem a number of times is people are so myopic. You don't, somebody's mic is on. You don't pay to dream. You don't, it doesn't cost you anything. So I thought to myself, okay, like what kind of money would we need, right, for the execution of this vision? And I remember at the time I said we needed 100 million naira, right?
Go from there. I want to close.
I think somebody's mic is on. Please can you check to be sure that it's not yours?
Yes, I've muted. Please, can you keep your mics off, please? Just mute all mics, please.
Yeah, so I said I needed 100 million naira. And I remember that I wanted a visual representation of this image, right? I wanted to be able to see it. So I thought to myself, what could be a visual representation of this thing? And I remember I wrote a check, right, in the name of my foundation, Live Your Dreams Africa Foundation, of 100 million naira, and I placed it on the vision board just in front of me in my office. If you come to my office, you see images of different things. And I always, you know, it's one thing to have it on a board. It's another thing for you to be able to internalize what you have on the board till you are mindful of it. The mistake people make is that they have it somewhere, but they don't revisit it. They are not mindful of it, and they expect that they will run in the direction of that thing that they want, right? And, you know, every day I'd look at that check and I'll close my eyes and I would imagine the kinds of interventions that we would develop in different kinds of locations. I thought, I allowed my imagination run wild, right? I imagined the participants and the beneficiaries and how their lives were better and how they were starting their businesses and how they were coming back to give us feedback on how their businesses had grown, the kinds of awards that they were receiving. I was imagining the gratitude that they were showing towards the foundation, saying, oh, this is the most life-changing experience that they've had. I saw it so much that my mind began to generate inspired thoughts and ideas on how to get that funding. At the end of the year, we took part in a grant, in an exercise to get a grant from an institution, Google, right? We got to the final stage, and guess what? We were not selected. The next year, I think it was March or April the next year, Google called me. The first time I was chasing them, they were the ones that chased me. And we got $250,000, right, for the foundation. But guess what? That year, another foundation gave us 11 million naira. By the time I did the calculation, converting it to naira, we got 101 million naira. I'm telling you that vision is powerful. Vision is powerful. Vision for your business, right? So obviously that's my foundation, and I'll also share certain things that are happening, in my business. But I think that entrepreneurs, business people need to be able to come up with something compelling. Don't just tell me how your business is going to be better. Tell me how society is going to be better because of your business. Because if something positive happens in your life, the environment must respond to what is happening in your life. So how is the environment going to respond to this change that's going to occur in your life? It's critical, 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 critical. How are you going to get there? How? As in, if you haven't defined the destiny, and see, let me bring vision home, not just you, but to the organization. The reason you don't have people running with you. The reason people are leaving your organization, one of the reasons is because you have not communicated a compelling picture of a destination that they will feature in. Remember what I said? I said you cannot feature in a future that you haven't pictured. The problem is that your employees do not have a picture of where they are going to be in the future of the organization. So yeah, you might not be able to pay them as much as you would love to, but can you show them the possibilities that exists for them in the future, such that they have something that they are looking forward to? And I tell you, I speak to a lot of employees. I ask them questions, why are you leaving this organization? And I can tell you one of the critical reasons is because they don't see where they fit in the future of the organization. In fact, they don't even know the future of the organization. It hasn't been communicated and articulated to them. Oh, yes, we're a small business now. But are you not planning to become a conglomerate? Are you not planning to become, a blue chip? Are you not planning to be big? Right? And I'm saying that, have you shown them what the future holds? Have you communicated it in a compelling way? And guess what? They will know whether you believe in it or not. And what will determine whether you communicate it in an assertive way is how mindful you are of it. How mindful you are of it. In my organization, I'm blessed. I'm blessed with an amazing team of people. Amazing. Amazing. And people ask me questions like, how do you get people, my team, with blood, sweat, and tears? Those guys are committed to the bone. Amazing. But I understand that people want to be a part of something great. When you are talking ambition, it's about you. They don't see themselves featuring in it. But when you are talking vision, and you are talking about how society is going to be better, people want to give to a cause that is larger than them. People want to be a part of something. When I was running conferences for my foundation, Live Your Dreams Africa, every year, I still do have a team of people, volunteers, who will commit themselves for 3 months to a cause for which they were not even getting paid for. And from time to time, I'll just do a check like, dude, guys, are you sure? They're like, Bankole, we're committed to this thing. Why? It wasn't about me. It was about how people's lives will be better because you came. Vision, 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 vision. So powerful, so powerful. Oh, wow, I need to move. Yeah, please let me know how much time I have so that, I'm mindful of time. So yeah, vision.
20 minutes more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number one is vision. Number two is, see, I feel like sitting on this vision thing, but let me.
Please sit on it, Bankole, please. Please. But yeah, let's move on. Yes. They will look for you. We're gonna share your link when we're done. So please, if you need, you have a lot of classes coming on, and if they need more of you, then they should sign up for those classes. It's part of what we're talking about here. So we'll share that. Yeah, thank you.
Vision, so powerful. Vision. Stop waiting for provision in order to have vision. Vision precedes provision. Pro means for, the vision. The problem is we're waiting for perfect conditions for us to dream. What are you talking about? You don't have to pay to dream. You have to pay. What did I have when I was putting all of those things, vision board? What did I not? I didn't have anything, right? Number two, Understudy/mentoring. And I'm just telling you, my own experience, the things that have helped me. See, no matter how successful you are, you need people who are ahead of you for those moments when you hit a roadblock. There is wisdom to be gleaned, not just from what they will say, not just from what is taught, but from what is caught. Hear what I'm saying? There is wisdom to be gleaned, not just from what is taught, but from what is caught. No matter, see, I've succeeded in different, let me tell you, let me be very honest with you. You think you know yourself. Let me tell you, no matter how successful you are, there is always the evolution of the human self. There will get to a stage in your life that you would feel like you are made for more. You would feel a greater call than what you presently have experienced. You will probably even get tired of doing the same thing, and you just feel like there is more, right? And I'm telling you, when you get to seasons like that in life, you need more experienced people who have been on this pathway to advise you, to whether help you see whether something is wrong here, or whether what is going on is actually real. And the problem a lot of times, particularly with people who have grown or experienced some measure of success, there's that pride that comes with feeling like, what have I not seen? What is it that I do not know? I am telling you, humble yourself, and recognize that you need to attend school again. See, no matter how far you go in life will throw you something that will make you recognize that life is about perpetual, consistent learning. When you think life will throw you something that will make you realize, it's like I need to attend another class, right? And I'm saying you must have those people in your life. I notice that people value mentorship when they are starting out. But when they get to a certain stage in life, when they feel like, what is it that you can tell me? I am telling you that some things are taught, some things are caught. Just by being around them, there are light bulb moments you will experience. There is something you will go to their office and then you will see that will be the game changer for you. And we must have those people around us. Mentorship, understuding. No matter, see, let me tell you, I'm quite successful at what it is that I do. But till today, and you can ask him, I am an unpaid employee in Fela Durotoye's organization. When I mean I'm an unpaid employee, there are times I resume in his house, in his office, to say, okay, what are we working on? Because I am a stakeholder here. And I'm saying to you that you positioning yourself, you bringing yourself to the point where you can still serve, regardless of how successful you are. And it might even be the kind of advice that you provide, being available for strategy. I am telling you that those experiences create significant light bulb moments that can change the game for you. And I'm telling you, this is stuff I've experienced time and time again, right? And I don't know, for some reason, I feel the urge to speak. See, so there are two things here. I feel the urge to speak to people who have been in business for some time. I am telling you that there are certain people who their wealth of wisdom and experience is what you need. They may seem to have retired from the game, but they have insights that is useful for you who is still in the game. Do you get what I'm saying? And for those who are starting out, right, please find time to look for the most successful people in your industry and look for how you can be of service to them. Look for their needs, their interests or concerns, and look for ways to add value to them. Because by virtue of being in that environment, there are things you will learn, you will glean from that may not be useful now, but 5 years from now, you will look back and you'll be grateful for. See, I run a management consulting firm. I trained various institutions. See, I saw, it wasn't like I was just taught it. I saw Fela do that, right? And unconsciously, I did not know that I caught something. I saw him, the bulk of my customers are in the banking industry, right? And it's how do you explain that? That Fela majored in that industry. It wasn't like I consciously decided, I caught something. I caught something from being around him, right? And there are different times I've hit roadblocks. I remember that there was a time I had to make a tough decision of letting go of somebody within my organization. I wasn't sure that this was the right decision. I remember having a conversation with him and the clarity that I got, just from a singular statement. He said to me, he said, Bankole, nobody, including you, should be above the values of the institution. I got it. One statement, I got it. He said, institutions are built on values. That's what keeps institutions. See, one singular line. Make sure you create pathways for mentorship, no matter how successful you think you are, right? If you are starting out, make sure you create these pathways. I heard Leke Alda say one statement. It changed the game for me at a critical stage in my business. One statement. He said, see, that thing hits me to my soul. I said, this comes from a wealth. You know, you have made mistakes, and you are able to see a pattern and draw wisdom from that pattern. Leke said, he said, so he said most business people in their 50s are still hustling when they should be resting. And he said, you want to know why? They spent a good part of their productive, well, I'm not saying productive because in your 50s, you're still productive. You're productive if you choose to believe that you're productive, but you get what I mean? Of a good part of their earlier years, counting profits that should have been staff salaries. Declaring profits that should have been staff salaries. That line, it's. So you're proud to announce, this year we made 1 billion naira. Whereas in that 1 billion naira should have been an increment in somebody's salary that could have been loyal to the organization, that could have risen up the ranks to become the CEO, people who could have risen up the ranks to become the management team of that institution, so that you can move beyond that to become I don't know, chairman, non-executive, but you are proud, declaring profits at the expense of the people. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Mentorship, understudying. Find time, right, to just add value in that environment, right? Light bulbs will come on, experiences, you have experiences that you can easily replicate in your own business that will help you. Number three has many parts, forgive me, but it's all right. Structure and systems, right? And there are a lot of people who are successful in business who they've been able to just wing it, but there's only so far you can go with winging it, right? Structure is like the skeleton upon which the body lies, right? What is the body without a skeleton? What is a business without structure? Structure is how people work together within an organization. So you have a company organogram that shows, where people fit in and how they work together within the entire holistic framework of the organization. And even if you are starting out in business, create a structure for where you see your business going to. And start planning based on the structure that you see for the future. You can create a structure without people that fit into the structure. So the people will come, we'll hire them in the future. But we are clear that this is the structure that would run the business. So how people work together within the organization structure. Systems are slightly different. Systems have to do with the processes and the activities. It has to do with how things are done, right, within the organization. So what are the processes, for instance, for disbursing funds? And I think that that's a very important one, because a lot of business people think that because they started the business is their own. Okay. So you should be bound. What is a country without a constitution? What is an organization without structures and systems? Standard operating procedures for approvals, for different processes. See, let me tell you here, when you have a system, things can run smoothly without you. At the initial stage, obviously, it would require you, it's a lot of work to put all of those things in place and all of that, but it gets to a point in time that everybody submits to the system. I remember when in my organization, we came up with an appraisal, a performance, measuring system, right? But by the time we were done, I wondered to myself, why did I delay in doing this thing? Because now I don't need to do the talking. The system is the one talking. The system will tell you why you don't deserve a promotion. I'm not the ones, it's the system. The system will tell you why you should be sanctioned. The system will tell you why you should be promoted. Invest in getting your structure right and your system right. Right. Like I said, this one has branches. Another one that is critical here is culture. Culture. Culture is how we do things in a unique way to accomplish our vision. Culture is how we do things in a unique way within my organization to accomplish our vision. And I think that is, if there's one thing that I know that, Bankole, you've gotten right in your organization, we have a culture, right? We have a culture, we have a way of work. And you have to be able to determine what you want your culture to be and what culture you believe would help you attain the kinds of heights that you want to attain. So let me help you understand. In my organization, we're very free. My people are very, I deliberately wanted a free-spirited, happy culture. I wanted that. People are saying is my network good? Please let me know if the network issues are from my end or
No, not from your end. Not from they're not from your end.
Okay, beautiful, yes. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. And culture is how we work within this organization, what values we uphold, what we will not compromise. In my organization, we have values. There's an acronym, I am EPIC. And nobody is greater than the values. One of our values is mutual respect. You might be a superior, you cannot talk down on a team member or a subordinate. You can't. The system will tell you the consequence of violating, the culture that we have in this institution. Culture is the wave that the people will ride on to that desired destination, right? And it is critical to create. It doesn't just happen by chance. See, whether you like it or not, there is an existing culture, whether it is formed consciously or unconsciously. And I am saying consciously creates a culture within your organization. See, sometimes I come out of my office, my staff are working, and I just come out to just joke and, and it's because I want my staff sometimes throw disses at me. It's fine, I don't have any problem with it. I want to create an environment that is easy. I want people to enjoy coming to the office. I want that. Do you understand? That's my genuine desire. I want people to establish bonds. I want them to be friends. I want us to be able to joke and all of that. Because when there is serious work to be done, I need you to feel like you can be in an environment where you can thrive. See, there was a point in time, I remember I would be the one I would be leaving the office, I'll be like, what's going on? Why are people still here? Because they just love, they love the workplace, right? And I'm saying it's not by chance. I carefully created it. If I tell you some of the things that I did, I wanted my people to love working for me. I will go out of my way to do things for them. Why? Because I want them to love me and love working for me. I remember my birthday 2 years ago. My staff and my ex-staff, by the way, watch this. In fact, the key planner of the surprise was an ex-staff who I laid off. I fired her, but she was the key planner of the surprise birthday. So my staff and my ex-staff planned a surprise birthday party. And at the birthday party, one of them shared an experience. And she talked about how she was getting married and she needed, herself and her husband needed an accommodation, right? And I was actively involved in this search. It was almost like it was my own house, giving her contacts of agents, and there was now a time, right? She needed to see somewhere, and I volunteered to go and see the house on my own, right? It was not a big deal, So I went to see the house, and that day it was raining. I didn't think much of it. I went to inspect, went to see the house. They took me to another one and everything. And so she was narrating this thing, and she said that the agent called her to say, the agent called her to say that man that came, in fact, he assumed that was her husband. That man is a very good man. That the way he was just walking around just to inspect under the rain. And when she heard it, she couldn't understand my boss doing this for me. She said to me that day that, Bankole, I am committed to you and to this organization. See, if you understand what culture does to the success of an organization, you would invest in it. You will take out time to know your people. You will take out time to know their needs and look for ways to meet it. Human beings are emotional beings. Human beings If I tell you some of the things that happened in my organization, there's a lady who, she needed to leave to do her master's. Eventually she didn't get the admission, right? My organization is called Live Your Dreams. What normally happens, people come to my organization, they now find out what they're passionate about, and obviously they want to leave to go and do it. There's a lady, she's so passionate about fashion, and I see that, right? And there was a point where we had a gap within the foundation. She came back. She requested that she was going to work for just 2 months. It's been 5 months, and yesterday we had a conversation. Yes, she's leaving. But my point in all of this is these people are even willing to come back to be stopgaps. And it's because I created a culture within the organization that makes people happy to work there. But beyond being happy to work there, they are happy to be part of the community. So they have left, but they are still parts of the community. And I'm saying you must be deliberate about creating that. Because I'm telling you, for where your organization is going, that attrition rate you're experiencing, you probably don't need it all. It will pay you to have people who, in fact, some of you, especially now, I'm speaking to those of you who feel you have succeeded in business. Some of you maybe need to get to a point where you have to start considering giving some of these people a stake in your business. So I'm here to shake tables, but I'm telling you, it's the truth, because you have to look at the opportunity cost of it. If that person, especially someone who has been loyal, somebody who has been loyal to you, believes in what it is that you are doing, right? What is that percentage? What is that fraction? Let them feel like they are owners of that business. Obviously, ensure that there's proper documentation and all of that. But a business is a going concern. How many transgenerational businesses do we have in this country? How many? How many businesses? Name 5, please, in the comments. Name 5 businesses that you know that the grandfather, right, started it, handed over to a generation, that handed over to another generation. Name 5 that you know. They're not, a lot of Nigerian businesses just go with their owners. They don't outlive their successors, right? And I think that we need to begin to consider things like this, right?
Sorry, we're 5 minutes over, but yes, okay. 5 minutes over. We're loving it so much. Honestly, I wish time could allow us to
round up, right?
Just yes, please.
Okay. The final one, I had other things. The last one I'll just say is service, right? Service. So I need to move on. Service. Give people beyond what they pay for. Have a culture of giving people a great service experience. My staff will tell you it's a culture within my organization. And it's part of do you understand? It was carefully scripted and constructed. They will tell you can ask any one of them, if it does not give you goosebumps, don't bring it near me. If that document you are working on, if you as you are reading it, it doesn't give you goosebumps, don't bring it. Excellence is the minimum. And it's not just excellence in terms of maybe the quality of what you are giving, quality of the products. It's also excellence in the quality of the service that you render. Human beings are emotional beings. People will pay more when compelled by emotions than they would when compelled by logic. Write this thing down. People will pay more when compelled by emotions than when compelled by logic. Have a strategy for creating superlative service experiences. Have a track record of leaving people mind blown. How dare you listen to me and not be hitting your head and wondering what manner of individual you had? I did not plan to give you a good experience. My plan, my genuine intention is to blow your mind. And if your reaction does not affirm to me that that has happened, it's back to the drawing board. Why? Because the greatest publicizers, the greatest advertisement, somebody's microphone is on, the greatest advertisement of your business is customer referral. Last thing I'm going to say, there are 3 customer acquisition strategies. The first one is what I call promise of value. Promise of value has to do with the promise that you make to your prospective customers. You know, the billboards that you put up, the radio jingles, all of those things, that's promise of value, right? The adverts that you put there, Facebook ads, all of those things. The second one is experiential marketing, where you give people an experience, a foretaste, right, of a product or a service so that, right, they can then become committed customers to patronize you. So your product storms and all of those kinds of things. The third one is what I call customer referral. And that's when somebody has experienced your service and without your permission on their own, they go out to go and tell people about the wonderful experience that they've had with you. Now, I want to ask you this question even as I round up. I've told you these 3. Which of these 3 is the least expensive of the 3? Promise of value, experiential marketing, or customer referral? The least expensive is customer referral. Which of them is the most effective of the 3? I see all of you guys saying customer referral. Okay, so now next question, which of the 3 is the most effective? I see you guys saying customer referral is the most effective. So the least expensive has become the most effective. That's what you guys are telling me. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you make a deliberate intention to give beyond, not meet, but beyond your customer expectation, you have just set yourself up to be persistently in business, consistently making profits, right? And I think that as you deploy these strategies, have a vision, make sure you structure your business, and make sure you have the commitment to making your customers exhilarated by the quality of service that you render. I do believe that you will be successful in business. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, thank you, Bankole. I don't even know where to start. Everyone's saying wow, wow, wow. Guys, I've dropped Bankole's Instagram link on your WhatsApp, private WhatsApp. Please go follow him there for more nuggets, for signing up. I see some people already saying, what are you doing next? I want to sign up. Please go there, reach out to him on his page. Bankole, thank you so much. And thank you for sacrificing whatever you needed to sacrifice to push this session, to push and be able to make it for this session. I believe that everything is preordained, and I believe that today was meant to happen. I believe that reaching out to you and saying this is the person we want on board was the right decision, even from the feedback of everybody. I believe that everyone so far has been blessed, not just touched, not just that they've learned, they have been blessed. Even I have been blessed. I was also taking notes as you were speaking. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Everybody, please say say thank you to Bankole in the chat. Don't unmute yourself. Just say it in the chat
I
box.
can see there's so many. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you. Some people still went ahead. Don't unmute. Just say thank you. Thank you so much, Bankole. Thank you. God bless you. And we'll be in touch. We hope to someday bring you back in another capacity. This is our 3rd year for the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. And once you're a part of our faculty, we make you a part of everything else that we do. So we invite you. We'll also share, some of the good news, progress reports, and all of that we get from our participants. We'll share them with you from time to time, and I'm sure a lot of them will reach out to you. Your Instagram is about to buzz off right now, but yes, thank you so much. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, so bye Bankole. He needs to go, so yes, let's just say bye so he can continue with his day. Thank you so much, and bye. Olori, we have Olori as next, but before we spotlight Olori, guys, how are you feeling? In one word, please just write it there. How are you guys feeling? Tell me. Pumped, blown, amazed, amazing, pumped, motivated. Fantastic. You guys have the right, you have the right people on here. And Bankole came and, put the table there. He set it, he broke it. Olori is about to pour gasoline and just pour fire and destroy the table. That's what she's about to do. So who's spotlighting? Adiola, can you have, oh, there you are. Hi, Olori.
Hey, what up? How's
Hi.
it going?
I'm good, guys. Okay, so I know I sent Olori's bio, and I would just say as little as I can so that she can get on with her session for you. Olori, I packed my hair for you so I can talk about you very well. I had to pack my hair so I can tackle this introduction. So Olori is a sister. She's a sister. She's a business partner, a partner in everything that I do. A sounding board. My best friend. I have even everyone knows when it comes to best friend, we don't usually say, but Olori is my best friend. She is, and we've done so many things together. I would say that the way I'll position or talk about Olori, I would say she's an international trade consultant, but then Olori is the president of Impact Makers in the World, right? There's no organization like that. I'm just saying, in terms of making impact and being able to sort of put the people who need help in touch with the organizations that would help them, she is top in the game. Olori has advised so many businesses, has seen so many entrepreneurs through international trade. And if there's anyone who should be here speaking to us on this first day, it should be her. Bankole, like I said, came and set the table and broke it, but Olori is about to pour fire on the table. And you guys will tell me that I'm right when we're done. So welcome, Olori. We're excited to have you. I'm so glad. A fantastic support system. I love you to death, Olori. Thank you for always showing up. She's another person who had who had a session today, but said, nope, I'm going to. I just told Olori, she said, I have a meeting, but no problem, it's going to happen. So thank you again. Thank you so much for coming. I'll hand over to you now.
All right. Thank you so much, my dearest Inya. Incredible things.
Olori, your network. Olori, can you hear me?
And by incredible. I'm sorry. I think what the US consulate has. Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it not good?
It's not wonderful. I can hear you in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think you're back now. The devil is a liar because everybody needs to hear what you have to say. So
that's interesting. I just finished a class and my network was pretty good. So
okay. All right. So please go on.
Okay. But please, if it does get bad, I will sort out something else. I'm willing to do that. Yeah. So as I was saying, that incredible things can really only be done by incredible people. And Inya is someone that came into my life and helped me to see incredible. So you are not getting someone who is the AWE implementing partner of the US consulate. You're getting an incredible woman who makes things happen. And you will find out why having people in your life that make things happen is important. Because what Inya has done for me is part of why I draw or get inspiration to do bigger things. So I also want to say thank you, because OBA Inc. is a project partner, but again, it's because somebody did something to make that happen. And I really just want to say a big thank you to Inya. And I do encourage all of you, in whether it's the Ascend Foundation team, those of you on the AWE program, there are certain circles when they come into your life, that person or that energy, trap them there, trap them. You understand? Like, this person is going nowhere. You cannot leave me and I'm not leaving you. So that's how I feel about you, Inya. And I'm really grateful for the things we have planned for the women. Yesterday, guys, we were on a 90-minute strategy call. Again, nothing to do with us. We were not distinct. We were literally talking about what we want to do. So I've been asked today to speak on exploring your dream. And when I got the title, interestingly, when you are a speaker, after a while, you can speak on almost anything. But this particular one, there was a section in there that talks about internal versus external sources of inspiration. And I just want to say a big shout out to Bankole Williams, who I've known him for about 8-9 years. And it's just interesting to see how he brought that vision story and how you can bring this whole thing together in no time. And guys, I just want to encourage you, right? You will have to stop doing some things, i.e. the business you are doing. Do not be fixated on your current business idea, because what may have happened is that you have not explored it in the detail you want to give you satisfaction, right? So by the end of even today, some of you will drop what you are doing because it is not serving you well. It is not serving your purpose in life, because your purpose is how you derive your vision, and then your mission, and you literally start to stack your life one step after another. I'm tired of seeing people in their 20s, mid-30s, and some even over 40s who have not yet put their life in order. When will you put your life in order? Take it one step at a time. Let this Dream Builder program help you put brick upon brick, right? So Bankole has spoken about vision. He's really done a fantastic job of that. But I want to help you look at, and I want to address two sets of people. I want to address saying, oh, I don't even know what I want to do. If you're on this table, let me see your hand. You're like, oh, I'm not even sure again as to how I want to go about it. Is my internet good? Because I'm not hearing anything. Can I get feedback?
I can hear you clearly. Sometimes it goes up, but yeah,
Okay,
we can still make out what you're saying. I can hear you.
Make out. Yeah. All right.
Now it's gone off. Tolu and Molawa, are you guys with Olo? Can you?
So I want to help you look at how you can derive your inspiration.
Sorry, Olori. It's a bit flaky at the moment. And I think other people, it's not too clear.
So let's do this. Let me log on to another network. Just give me a second.
Please, let's do that. Because what you're saying is very important. Guys, just hold on so we can have Olori log on to another network. I hope you guys have your notepads and it's not full. Whatever you have is not full yet. Fantastic. Yeah. That's great. Good news. There's extra. Sion says, okay, yeah, there's extra. Good to know. Very, very good to know. And I see some people who are complaining and saying, oh, you know, how long we have long sessions and all of that. Some of you, I can see you saying, no, let Bankole stay. No, he needs to stay and say what he needs to say. Can you see 45 minutes just gone? You guys are the ones begging now for extra time. Can you see? And once Olori starts hers now, you'd be begging her for extra time as well. It's not enough. I know it's not enough, but we'll work it out. We'll take all that we can take. We'll take all that we can take. I shouldn't mind them. Okay, Olori, you're back. Yeah.
Good.
Yes, this is more stable so far.
Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, right. So, you know, I was telling Inya, I was like, you know, let's see how things go with my slides. And I was like, you know what, I don't even want to do slides. I want to talk from my absolute heart and just let guys know that, look, this is not even the season to be saying, oh, I don't know what I want to do. My dream, my business is not going well. Things that no is going to do for you is do it brick by brick. How many of you agree that after hearing Bankole, you need to go and revisit your vision? How many of you agree? Like you need to go back, because the people who are going to last in this entrepreneurial journey are the ones that actually put themselves on a scale that brings people into that scale. I'll take that again. You will not last in this Nigeria. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, in this Nigeria, if you don't have a vision that brings in people into your vision, you have not started. If all you are looking to do is to serve 50 customers, that's what you're thinking, you want to do 3,000 customers, you know, you have not started business. I love a book by, I think it's Stephen Covey. It says, start with the end in mind. When you start with the end in mind, even what you term as competition will not be a competition. You have to understand that as a woman in business, where the world is going. When you wake up in the morning, I asked myself this morning, I said, where is the working? As a woman now, that is what you should be thinking of, not about, oh, we didn't make profits, we didn't make losses. You can think about those things as operational, but as the CEO of your business, where is the world going has to be one of the biggest things you think about. Guess why? Because you're in an emerging market. If you are in an emerging market, who you call a customer is different from those in the UK and the US. Who you call a competitor is different from the US and the UK. Your laws, your regulations. I tell people that, look, you don't let them be motivating you and all of that. Some motivational material cannot work in Nigeria. It cannot work in Nigeria. That is the truth. And what you must be thinking of is that as my business, I need to draw inspiration from both a global context and a local context. If you don't know what you want to do with your business right now, can I ask you to just drop it for a minute and ask yourself the following questions. Ask yourself the following questions. Will I be relevant with what I am doing in the next 20 years? Write that question down. It is something that will inspire new ideas for you. I was on a call like an hour ago with the American corner of the US consulate, and we were talking about fashion. And I was telling all the fashion entrepreneurs, how many fashion entrepreneurs are on the call? Just give me a thumbs up or fire emoji. If you are in the fashion space, do you know that post-COVID, what fashion is has changed? Fashion has changed. You cannot say that you want to sell me your designs. You must sell me what I demand. Draw inspiration. I saw somebody recently who started making loungewear. What was she making before? She was making just regular ashoke with adire and ankara and all those things. She has moved to loungewear. Nobody taught her that. You must draw inspiration from the things that matter now. So when you answer that question, will what I am doing be relevant in 20 years? You will sit up. You will sit up when you realize that what you are building is literally not able to take you to the global stage. And let me just address something very quickly. This global thing we're saying is not for everybody. There are some of you that will have relevance, but it will not be global. Be okay with it. Be okay with it. I don't want us to act like those who don't have global dreams are subservient to those who do. No, it's okay. But let me just say this. The pie going to those of us who want to have global relevance will be much more. It will be much more. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not a case of you must. Draw inspiration from the problems. There are some of you, you are not passionate about anything. You're not passionate about anything. Do you realize? Whether, like the way some people say, oh, fashion is my passion. Oh, waste management is my passion. Recycling is my heart. Global change. Hey, some of you don't have it. Are you here with me this morning? And those people who don't have passion for much, you're like, it's just, I don't know. There's a problem with me. I've had people come to me. They say it all the time. Oh, Lori, is there something wrong with me? I don't have passion for anything. I like everything. Those kind of people, can you channel your mind to have passion for money making? Can you have that kind of passion? Is that even a possibility? Because if nothing is driving you, you will literally be absolutely mediocre. There is no way you will not be. Because you will take anything they give you, and you give anything to anybody. So you have to look at it from the angle of, is my inspiration big enough to drive me to my relevance? Is it big enough? Some of you, you may have, like, let's say for, as an example now, a paint company, you make paint, right? So you are a paint manufacturing company based out maybe somewhere on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. If that is the case, how do you move that to the global stage? Let me tell you one of the things that vision also does for you. Aside the fact that your brain starts to think of ways of making it happen, there is also tests that come. These tests are the ones that help you stay on course, on cue, to know whether you're going to get to that destination or not. When I started my career in fashion, and I wanted to start out the first fashion truck. That fashion truck, I had to go and look at who else had done this before. Bankole said something towards the end of his session. He said, go and look for the best in your industry. Do you know why, as an African woman in business, you must never take that for granted? Because the people who are better than you are not necessarily on this side of the world. They may be out there, and if you think that you can draw inspiration from them only, you have missed it. You must draw inspiration from them and us. Because people like Inya, people like Omoyemi Akerele, people like Mrs. Ipukwawashika, people like Oloriboye Ajayi, we made it across on the other side of what we call problems and challenges. You must bring yourself to the reality of the scope in which you are in, the context of where you are. It is called Africa. It is called Africa. Africa, if you read up on us, right from history, you will see that our challenges is very much. Some of you can draw inspiration from that fact, that mere fact that Africa needs to change. It is what drives people like Inya and I, that the women in Africa must not be subjected to just this that they have been handed in business. So my question to you is, where are you drawing your inspiration from? And is it enough? Is it enough? When you get that vision, what keeps the vision alive is knowing that if Mrs. Ipukwawashika can do it and become the first female board, of First Bank, or chairman of First Bank, great, I can do it. I'm not asking you to only draw inspiration externally. I'm also saying that, can you make your why? This why Why did I accept what Inya threw at me on a Monday morning at 11 o'clock? Mondays are my day off. Mondays are my day off. Those who are close to me know. But I did it because of my why. My why is to do certain things for women entrepreneurs in Africa. And if I don't reach these many women, like all of you here, so eager and ready to learn, ready to become so much more, how then will I reach my goal? So my question to you is this: what is this big why? And that why, we call it, let's say, for example, it's your vision and all of it. But how many of you notice that you are not doing what you used to do 5 years ago? How many of you see that? You're not even in the same space. For some of you were in legal, now you are in fashion. Some of you were engineers, now you are in dentistry, or whatever the case is, like you have moved. I want you to get used to that movement. That is the one thing that will keep your dream alive, movement. Do not deceive yourself that the vision board class that you went to and paid 50K to attend is enough to ginger you for that vision to be complete. Not so, ma. It doesn't work that way. When the challenges come, Bankole came now and told you that he got 101 million. When I calculated it, did anybody else calculate that $100,000? It's not $250,000. It came to 127 million. I wanted to say, excuse me, sir, it's wrong. It's not that money. But anyway, it's not my money for me to say it's wrong. So let's say he got like a total of 140 million. Huh? That 140 million, do you know what he will put together? Look, greatness is not kapoof. It's not magic. It is calculated. When you see Elon Musk, that guy is not for this generation. I hope you know he's for my son's generation, because what he's doing is bizarre. But what he's doing is driven primarily by the fact that he sees that the future, where the world is going, is not about now. I don't know about you guys, but I want legacy businesses. I want businesses that my son's sons can feel that this inheritance is not what was built by even my own, by my direct father or mother. They must say, my great-grandmother left us this legacy in Africa. They will worship, and in fact, they will just be so grateful to come from my lineage. How about you? How about you? Whether you have children or not, this is not a class for married women. What are we going to be saying about your name? And I want you to look at it like this. In every space, in every industry, you must look at it and say, and please be this deliberate, be this deliberate about your journey. The women that come to me and say, Emma, I have Gary. We can say about you that, look at this Gary maker. She's in Abeokuta and she's doing phenomenal work with what she's doing. I'm going to say this to you guys. I feel that those of you who come to us as your mentors, you don't ask for enough. You don't ask the right questions at all. At all. Ask us things that will outlast your business. Your systems and your structures, no matter how good they are, if they are not legacy type structures, they will not last. I heard Banky say that some of you are not doing business, you are taking a stroke. Can you imagine that? You are almost 36. One man comes and tells you on Monday morning at 11 that all the work where you don't do, you are not doing work days, you are strolling. I hope you drank water, because me, I drank. I said, hey, God. And let me tell you something. Your mentor too has questions where she's looking at herself and she's saying, am I even doing anything? How many of you understand what I'm saying? Where you are looking at your business and like, which way, God? Which way? Which way? Let me tell you the way. The way is still the vision. This time, they're going to rinse the vision. Write that down. Vision rinsing exercise, where you go back to that vision and look at how big it is. How many people will this vision serve? Write it there. How many people will my vision serve? And I would never take it back. I will never take it back. That by 2025, I will have empowered 500 million women in business. I will do it. I will do it. If Jesus tarries, I will do it. So I don't want you to look at it and think of just your revenue. You say, how much do you want to make? You put money goals, business goals. How many people is that business going to impact? If it's going to be 500 billion like my case, excuse me, ma'am, do I have the luxury of just gallivanting? Do I have the luxury of not partnering with people, collaborating with agencies, with central banks, with chambers of commerce? Do I have the luxury? I don't. It is that why that just keeps fueling you, because energy, his energy attracted that money. His focus attracted that money. In the beginning, it may not always look like you get anything. I was telling someone on the last session I was in an hour ago, I said to him, he's a canvas painter. I said, okay, it was in this same COVID, and Inya knows this person. One guy that we met with on one of our, we were just meeting up for to relax. And the guy said he started painting during COVID. And before he knew it, he was earning like $5,000, $500 from painting that he was just doing. I don't want you to think that how you will get to, let's not lie to each other. You are to pain you when you see somebody in your field doing your job, getting funding, and you're looking at your life and saying, Lord, when? You will now scroll up sponsored ad, because Instagram knows what you are doing with your business. It will be showing you people in your field too. You now see the person just received 50 million naira to just empower. So some of you in NGO spaces understand what I'm saying. You understand? But let those things be sources of inspiration. Sources of inspiration. There are 4 categories of people you need for inspiration. Write them down, please. 4 categories where bad. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what, no problem. Let's discover in retrospect. And leave that one to one side. Because purpose is only known in retrospect. Ask that 7 years ago, did she know that she'll be doing this for the US courts? No. But all she knew was, I want to be a woman of impact. I want to be a woman who is a world changer, a global shaper. That's what she knew. So if you can even have those top line, ideologies, no problem happens as you continue to, discover yourself, self-awareness, looking at your strengths, your weaknesses, and you must conduct a SWOT analysis on yourself. You won't believe I had to do one last week. I had to look at my SWOT for this year. I've not done a SWOT analysis in 2021. I couldn't believe it. I'd forgotten. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities right now for you as your personal brand? What are the threats on your brand? And that takes me to the competition. There is a competition against your vision. Let me just tell you now, you're not the only one that is doing what you are doing. Yesterday during church, that's how my dear sister here, Inya, she sent me one picture. She said, this should be us. I said, baby girl, it is us. Now they go there. We are next. But competition must be thought of at the level of your operation and the market you are. And let me just do today.
Olori,
Nigeria is worse off than it was. Yes?
Sorry, we lost you at competition should be taught off. I think that's very important to say. So network is taking you in and out. You're just giving us hot words. You're pouring fire inside, but network is not allowing us take the fire as we should be taking it.
You know what? 1 second.
So, please, let's find a solution. We need to hear it. So for those who are asking if you get the video, all attendees will get the video. People who also had, medical reasons to not attend will get the video. So yes, I will send it afterwards, but please stay on and stay till the end if your network is going in and out. Oh, she should start from 4 things. Okay, we'll tell her. Precious, please pour water on your wig. Don't worry. And please, if you're wearing anything, you may want to take it off. It's going to catch fire as well. Not just your wig. Not just your wig. I'll tell Olori to start from 4 things.
All right, guys, is this any better? I'm praying.
It started again.
Any better?
Yeah, it's just glitching. So sometimes we can hear you. So after a while, but you know how when you're talking, you're hitting those points and then we'll miss 2 things. I'm like, no, come back. Say it with your chest. Let us hear it. Okay. So that's why it's hurting us. It's not like we can't hear you, but there's just a bit of, but welcome back. Please continue.
I'm really sorry. Honestly, I don't even know.
They said start from 4 things. That you were saying 4 things, you must start from there.
Okay. Okay. So we'll see. I mean, I'm tempted to use my phone, but it may just look funny.
Please use your phone, Olori. If your phone will be clearer. Yes. What you're saying is too important not to use the phone right now. So please just use your phone.
Problem. Let me log on with my phone.
They're advising you. They said our specialist, somebody said, please check if anyone is streaming a game in the house, and all. You see, that people are hungry for this.
Like 3 or 4 of us on the internet. So you
on the internet. Okay.
Yes. All right. Let me just.
Internet. Please, they should go to a different room or go outside. So we can hear. Okay, I'll admit borderless. Okay, still you.
How are we doing? Is this good?
Yes, but it's echoing, so you need to mute the other one.
I'm good. This should be better now.
Hey, yes. Now we can hear the fire. So
all right,
wait,
great.
Let me find you. Are you on this?
Let me put my Oba.
Yeah, please put Oba so I can spotlight you. The devil is a liar, yes. We prayed though this morning, so
a bit higher.
Okay, they've spotlighted you. Just remove one.
All right, this should be good.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Fantastic. Oh, great. I'm glad. Okay, so where did you guys, what did you hear last?
They say is that number 4. That you were like, no, you said there were 4 things, 4 categories. Please go back there. Let's hit it.
Okay, so there are 4 categories of people that can always give you inspiration. And guys, this is when you're going to drop friends by force. They will even teach you. When they are calling your phone, you'll be so angry, you almost slap them like, please just leave me. You've wasted my life enough as it is, right? Now, the first set of people you need, to me, or if you ask me, are teachers. Teachers. Who is teaching you what you don't know? There has to be a system for that. Yesterday, I was tuning into one of my teachers. You guys may not have heard of her, right? And the interesting thing is, after every time I finish from a session with my teacher, I always feel like, which school did I go to? I will now be asking myself questions like, hey, did I even go to school? What did I even do with my life? Honestly, because I'll be like, there's so much gaps in my knowledge. Your knowledge is not yet complete. That's what you don't realize as a business entrepreneur. And as a woman, you are even more like compelled. Leave my teacher, leave my teacher. You are more compelled to actually be in the classroom.
informal or formal. Guys, let me tell you something. I had such a busy week. I had to still put myself under for 1 hour, 30 minutes. 1 hour, 30 minutes to listen to my teacher. I listened to, in total, 3 of my teachers. Thank you. I listened to 3 of my teachers. One of them, believe it or not, is Gary V. Gary is just mental. I love he's mental. There's a lot of cussing and all of that, but I don't even hear his cussing. I'm just listening to what he's saying, right? My other teacher is Hecker, right? Harv Hecker. He teaches me on different things. Cindy Trim is one of my teachers. I have many teachers on different aspects of my life. There are some people that are futurists. How many of you know them? You know 1 or 2 futurists like Olakunle Shoriyan, John Obidi, all those guys, they're all future. You need to hear them. You need to hear them. If you're not listening to them, then you are not ready for what the future holds. And let me tell you a symptom of a teacher, a symptom from listening to your teacher. You feel weak after. You'll be like, you don't feel motivated though. You don't feel motivated. After listening to a teacher, you just feel like, I don't know anything in this life. That is a teacher. And then you start meditating on what they are doing and all of that. The second category is a mentor. But please, not in the way they told you about what a mentor should do. Let me give you the simplest description of what a mentor does. For those of you in Lagos, let me use this analogy. You are going to Ibadan. You now go through Ekpe. Please, what has that person done? Somebody that is going to Ibadan now goes through Ekpe. Long journey. Miss Road. Thank you, Adiola. Complete Miss Road matter. But your mentor looks at that and says, okay, Olori, you want to go to Ibadan, right? Okay, I've been there about 15 times by road, by air. Not bad. Go by air if you can. If you can't afford it, go by road. The mentor tells you the options, how, through their own experience. It is usually by their experience. They will now say to you, go right, go left. No, don't go that way. That way is going to cost you money. Go this other way. If you don't have someone in your business doing that for you right now, that business will never last. The person I use for that, she's on this call. Enya and I do it a lot, so much. She's always looking at it. You know, she said, you know, I'm her sounding board. And maybe that's what good business partnerships are about. Please, we are not business partners and friends. We are business partners, then friends on most occasions. Like, we are talking about the business first. And we're not sentimental. We don't have women matters and all those funky stuff. Nah. Yesterday, we're talking about one of our investments we want to do together. We don't have time. You didn't call me, you call me, you didn't call me. Even when we do those ones, it's just a joke. Get a mentor, not just mentor that, thank you, active mentor. Ayotunde got it. Active mentor. Not the one that inspire to perspire. That one cannot help you to get the road. You'll be seeing their perspire on the billboard. They can't tell you the road. And some of you understand what I'm saying because you're at the verge of closing your business. You're at the verge of closing that business right now. You know that it's paining you that this business is about to fold up, but you did not actively engage somebody to sit with you with that business. If you started a business less than 5 years ago, if you want that business to last another year, go and find an active mentor. Number 3, find a coach. Please be serious with your life. I'm begging you. You are not playing rehearsal. You are not playing rehearsal with your life. This is the real deal. This is the show. This is the showdown. I don't want you to be in your 60s before you make it. What kind of life is that? I don't want that. I don't want the kind of life where it's at 70, they'll be celebrating me. What kind of life is that? I don't just want to be celebrated when I'm 70. No. You are somebody's mother, you are somebody's wife. Excuse me, ma. If you have a job right now and you have business you want to start, I congratulate you. In fact, I honor you, I celebrate. Because you're the kind of woman I'm looking for. I'm not looking for people that they are housewives. In that house, we've read. They cannot even look at businesses they can start from their desktop. Nobody is saying that you must go out and look for a job, but please apply your skills in life. Apply your skills in life. We need you. Explore this life. There's so much you can do. There is so much you can do. If you don't know something, you will be afraid of it. But once you get the knowledge, the fear will reduce. It will reduce. I told my husband I want to go into data analytics. Do you know why? I have heard about 3 futurists say that data analytics will be something of the future, no matter what industry. Am I stupid that I will now not go and learn it? I have to learn it. Whether I like data analytics or not, leave it. I need it. Some of you, the reason why you are treating your business and the business idea with levity, you say, I'm coming, I'll go and do this, I'll go and do that. You don't know what is at stake. You don't know what is at stake. You are in a third world country. I'll keep rumming it in your head. Because when they're telling you to perspire, just know that it's Buhari's regime that will bring you down to reality that, oh, perspire nothing. You cannot perspire more than Buhari is perspiring us. How many of you understand what I'm saying? The guy is showing us, say, change. I will wait. And as for me, I'm not leaving Nigeria. I don't know about you people. I don't know about you people. Because now, if you are not calculating that dream in relation to how it will make sense in Nigeria in 10 years, you have not started. And that's why I humbly said in the beginning that some of you will leave and start again. You will start your business again. And there's no problem in that. Let there be dignity in starting again. But this time you're starting the right way. I've said mentor, right? Number 3, the coach that I'm telling you to go and get is not the one that you will do program with, it's the one you will do life with. It's not about program. Say, I have coach. The coach is teaching you 10, what's this thing that they do now? 6-figure, 7-figure. I don't even want any of those. Please just help me to figure my life. That's the kind of coach I'm asking you to go and get. I'm telling you to get a coach that can sit with you when your heart palpitations are coming in the night. You are sweating like a horse. You don't even know why you are sweating. For some of you, you are crying. You are just like, oh my God, where's my life going? Some days it hooks you so much. You are crying desperately. Nobody to call. Not even your spouse. Your husband is like, babe, how far now? Should be making money. And you're like, babe, no, I need much more than this money, this stupid fame, this nonsense that people have given me. I'm not feeling fulfilled. That is why you need a coach. A coach will drag you from the bottom. That glory that people have given, you know that they give us on due glory sometimes, and sometimes too early. And then you can't figure out anything from the fog. You can't figure it out again. Your name is here, your name is there. They call one thing, you call. I am just like, hey, God. But tell yourself, we have not started. You self know that the greatness on your inside, the vision you saw for Africa, for Nigeria, has not yet, you've not even scratched 10% of it. 10%. So excuse me, if you don't think that you need inspiration because you have seen a vision, you have not started. Because when the reality of Nigeria falls on you again, you will know that it takes guts, resilience to live in Nigeria. Guts and resilience. Then you now have business. You now have, some of you have more than one business. No, now you, Biko, now you. Get a coach. When I'm down and out, when I'm so confused about which step will be, which step, I go to her. And I don't even ask her which way should I go. I just tell her, I'm tired. I'm tired. People are thinking I'm good, but I'm tired. People think I have this vision thing figured out, but I'm tired. Do you understand? That's what your coach, she's not a mentor. Funny enough, your coach may not have gone through anything you've been through, but they know the method to the madness. Number 4, get yourself a sponsor. Hey, this one, is going to pain me if you don't take anything today. Let me tell you why you need a sponsor. Look at Inya now. Inya is not just connected, she's sponsored. You can be connected and nobody is calling your name in those places. The people you see as your sponsors, let me tell you the way it came to me, if I'm to describe who your sponsor is. Just imagine there's a ceiling, right? There's a ceiling, right? This is the ceiling, and this is you under the ceiling. Your sponsors are always here at the top. They break the ceiling so that they can pull you up. That's what those people do. If nobody is recommending you, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. You know why? In every industry, there are captains of that industry. There are thought leaders in that industry. If none of them know you and see, voila, wow, problem, wa. If you are selling gari, if you are selling pap, if you are selling cocoa, and the top cocoa seller has not heard of you, just remember you're in Nigeria. That's why I always tell people that when you go for American courses, American programs, you are in Nigeria. It's a hard, tough economy. Pray, I'm a pastor's wife, so if I'm telling you, know that it's not prophecy. That is what we are seeing. But I'm telling you how internally you can change your world. Get a sponsor. Don't wait for Jesus to come and do anything again. Jesus has done what he's going to do. Now, competition, this one is going to be a bit more brutal, this competition part. I was thinking about it yesterday. I said, do you know that if you are a one-man business owner, right? And what I mean by one man is you are working for yourself. You probably have 1 or 2 people on your team just working for you and all of that. I congratulate you, but you are in, I can't swear. Yeah, but you are in, auntie, you're going to have to do 3 times what the normal people are doing for you to even rise above competition. When you are a solopreneur, your competition is more likely to take you out than anybody if you're not doing anything differently. If you are not doing anything differently, you are literally going to be wiped out. I said to some people, I know people that have had products that should never, ever not reach America. They are so good, whether it's in the packaging, whether it's in the product itself, whether garments, whether foods. I've seen all kinds. If you're a solopreneur, competition must worry you. You know when they say, stay in your lane, keep your eye on the ball. They'll tell you that, oh, be focused. Laser, hello, as a solopreneur, open your eye like this. Be checking, be looking. You know why? In Nigeria, somebody can start the gari business. Okay, let me use amala as an example. Somebody will start amala business in Nigeria. Before you know it, the person don't hammer. And you're like, oh, I've been selling this amala. Competition must worry you. The only thing that it must not do is affect your vision. Keep your own eye on the ball, but don't say, I'm in my own lane. When I hear people when they say this thing, I'm just like, in Nigeria, whoa, it's coming for you. You don't worry. Don't worry about the competition. What kind of competitors are there? Let's go through a few. There is the sweet assassin, and I just gave them names because I was feeling funky when I was thinking about it. They are the sweet assassins. They are those people who are the majority players. Like, let's say, for example, let's say with spaghetti. How many of you know that Dangote spaghetti just came out like maybe in the last 6-7 years? I started knowing what Dangote spaghetti was. It was like they just had this crazy deployment into FMCG, sugar, salt, spaghetti, all this. And I'm like, where did this guy come from? I'm just telling you about my own experience. I'm not sure if that's how long they've been in the market, but his market penetration for them only came out recently, in my own opinion. But when you look at Honeywell, look at like who makes Indomie again? I've forgotten this company. But all those guys, they've been around. Oh, Golden Penny. Do you understand? All these people, you see, started 6 years ago. Those are the sweet assassins. So those of you who you are doing gari, you say you make plantain flour. The day Dangote chooses to do plantain flour, sister, let me leave you to do the rest. You understand it. They are the sweet assassins. They have the money, they have the power, they have the market share. They can wipe you out anytime. What do you do in that instance? Keep finding your niche. Keep finding your difference. Don't say you are only satisfying Lagos markets. You say, oh, I'm in 12 supermarkets in Lagos. What about in Osogbo? What about in Abuja? Not the people they eat food there. If you're in the food industry, you are good. Let me wrap up. Do you know that there are some number two type of competitor that I think you should know as a solopreneur is the ones that they are just there. So how many of you know that Indomie, the duffel company, they can't say that Dangote, Mimi Indomie, what's this other guys that do Indomie again? Not Indomie noodles, Mimi noodles, what's that one? I can't remember now. Mimi noodles. Is Mimi noodles their mates? Or like, what are they feeling like? What's like, who are you really? Who are you? Mimi can't stand in the way that Indomie has taken over. Do you know why? But the problem is they are still a competitor for them. There are some people that are not as good as you, but don't even dare think that they can never be like you. Just give them time. The day they will rush you. If you are in design, especially, how many of you know that fashion designing right now is AWOL? As far as I'm concerned, it's crazy. So many people are tiffing. I don't even know who owns the original design. I don't know who is it. This person's Agbada or this person's Agbada. Everywhere, competition is crazy. Another reason why I tell people in my community, export community agency, that you will need to really work on this, your business, not to go down in sales, in brand and wash down because somebody keeps stealing your ideas and your designs. In Botswana, they wear Agbada, but you don't know that because you think only Nigeria is where you should be, or sending your products to America. It doesn't work like that. The competition is fierce in Nigeria. Why would you, as a business leader, not have an international plan? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You are going to let this business die. There are competitors that they are there, but don't negate them more. Don't negate them more. The third category, I can't say it as I wrote it, but yeah. No, I already said not every business has to go global. I'm very sure I said that in the beginning, right? That you don't have to go global. I'm very sure I said that. Sorry, where was I? To outdo yourself. Let me tell you one of the reasons why you see, I don't want to mention anyone's name, but there are people on Instagram that you feel like they're everywhere. They're always telling you what they are doing and showing you things and doing this and all of that. I agree with you that it might not be a very good approach, but she understands what she's looking for. You that you are humble and you don't want to get too much attention, say, make it not look like your own is too much. So you don't, no problem. Just remember where you are again. Because when they are looking for people to give opportunities to, they'll give it to the loudest sometimes. The smartest does not always win. The smartest business owners do not always win. You must understand the competition for what it is based on your context. So for those of you who are feeling humble, you are feeling, there's no problem, I'm okay with it. Just know that in light of the fact that Africa is now a single market, the competition that is coming is not from this world. It is not from this world. My advice to those of you who are still less than 11 employees, you are still an MSME, you will need to go and look at your plan again. Look at your plan again. Is this thing going to survive? If another pandemic hits, is this business going to survive? I had to sit with a consultant about 3-4 months ago to develop my crisis management strategy. Said that if anything happens again in the world and this and this and this, will it affect my business? In that, I realized that my competition is now abroad. It is no longer within this terrain based on the work I do. Anyway, now, final few things is this. If you are in business and you've been for under 10 years, just know that you have registered in some people's mind. But what will make you now stay in our mind is your relevance and your content. I'll say this again. Have you ever not wondered why Indomie is always still doing ads? Does anyone not wonder, how much money do these people want? Relevance is not about how good you are. It's about how well will I remember you when I need to eat. I have someone in my house amount of time she eats Indomie, she should have shares. She will probably be laughing now, but it's not true. She shouldn't laugh because, thank you, Coca-Cola. You'll be asking yourself, what more money do they want? They don't necessarily want money. They want relevance. They want to be top of mind. When I was buying Dangote sugar as a wife and as a mom, I said, no, I need shares. I called the people that deal with my stocks and they buy stocks for me and my shares. I said, oh yeah, buy me Dangote sugar, buy me Dangote cement. This was 2016 or so. I've not even asked what it has gotten to right now. You must be relevant. Please be relevant. May you not have past glory. May you not have past glory where they say, back in 2006, I know them now. And so where are you now? Where are you? Where are you? Ragolis, Rago. Even when they try to come back, see how much of a struggle. Get to a point where you are thinking, let me build a platform and own it. Let me tell you this, I'm moving off a bit, but it's still within the same line. I need you to explore the breadth of your dream, the width of your dream, and the height of your dream. When you are looking at the height of your dream, you are looking at longevity. India and I are developing something now that we know that 50 years, this program will still be, what we're building will be relevant. Can you look at building a platform for what you are doing? A platform. Let it be your own. Say, thank God for Instagram, all the socials that have helped you up until now. But can you look at what the futurists are saying about the wave called social media? How many of you know it's a wave? It's not for forever. One other thing will come up now within the next 6-7 years. That's the end of social media. Is that the end of your business? Is that the end of your business idea? It's a wave. It wasn't here 2006, 2007. It wasn't here. If it was in trickles. Can you build, you want to sell makeup, you're in beauty. Can you own your own site? Can you own your own market, your own e-commerce platform? Can you own it? Build your own giants. Now, one day Amazon too started. Just one day. 2006, I saw a headline today or yesterday that said, is Amazon a scam or something. Basically, they were debating whether Amazon will, take people's money because it was growing so big. I did not stay here. Haters will talk. Potatoes will potato. Your own must be that, will you be relevant? Will that dream be relevant? I'm not going to pity any woman that does not put her house in order. I will not. Because this dream builders is exactly what it's doing for you, building your dream. Building your dream. Your customer, you must know them. The customer side of things, let me tell you one of the things you must know about customers. I've dealt with many. Now, I don't deal with customers directly anymore. I deal with business to agencies, to government, to all of that. The people I deal with that are customers are in my community. So we also have business to community, right? But what I realized, and I want you to do in your dream, can you have a block? My business to direct customers, my business to other businesses, my business to governments, my business to agencies, my business to countries, my business, I have it written down. What I'm telling you is what I do. I'm using the phone. I was looking for the phone. I have it all written down in my phone, the way I do it every day. That, okay, how many countries know about this? How many countries know about this? They are all your customers. Your customer is not just somebody sitting in Yaba or somebody in London. No. I want you to look at what you are doing today and look at it on how you can service those different groups of customers. Even if you profile your customer and you profile them down to a woman, can that woman also be like a country? Are there other product offerings, other service offerings that your business has that can service a whole country? I'll take it again. I didn't say just your one product. Some of you are in fashion design, some of you are in fashion retail, some of you are. But did you also know that now that Africa is borderless, a lot of countries will be looking at customs directly for garment manufacturers? You can be a customs agent for countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, small countries that, you know, they may not be able to figure out how to help their garment manufacturers to move products to and fro within the continent. Are you thinking outside the box? Are you thinking outside the box? You are there, you are sewing clothes for one person's, two persons, as one of my staff will say, everything is persons. I don't understand what happened to people, but I don't know if it's correct English. But anyway, we are servicing 3 people per week. Auntie, hey, how long will we do this one for? Hey, I don't know. Sha, think of where you are located. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about, and it'll be done in 2 or 3 minutes, is, and I want to go like this into what I'm saying. I want you to match what you are doing with what has been done before, right? And I'll explain what I'm saying. So when you look at maybe like 1990s, you know, AOL, that was the AOL age. Those of us who love the AOL sound, when I hear it, it's still very nostalgic for me, you know. Then we moved into the 2000s and we're starting to see like a lot of Google, and we're seeing a lot more internet, you know, all of that. There is history to what you are trying to do. There is history behind what you are trying to do. You are not just operating in a poof or a bubble. And if you were, please come out of your bubble. You are not the first person and the only person who has tried to do some of the things you are doing today. Synthesize your business idea with history. That way it can have relevance. It can have longevity. It can have longevity. Create something that when I was telling somebody, I think about 2 months ago, when there was a program we had, WinHer, and it's like an investment education initiative. And I told the PR person, I said, I want NTA as part of our the channels that will cover what we're doing. How many of you watch NTA here? Raise your hand. Because I'm sure you don't. You watch channels, you watch, I don't know, what else, right? You watch all the others, but you don't watch NTA. Do you know who watches NTA? The 70-year-olds. Shalom, you're an old soul. The 70-year-olds, the 60s, all of that. Thank you, baby boomers. But do you know that it's the baby boomers that started the work I want to do in trade and investment? My passion and your passion was not given to you in solitude. It was a trail coming from somewhere that was given and handed to you to continue. Look at it that way. You will never again look at your idea as any idea. You will look at it as your responsibility to be great, a responsibility to break and shatter the ceilings that the baby boomers could not. You will look at it and begin to say to yourself, I must be great, because the people that labored in this line of work I'm doing, whether as a women empowerment, whether as this, as that, they must see the end result. You must be great. It's not even a mantra. It's a being, a state of being, a state of awareness. Synthesize your business with history, please. So that if you want to do something greater, you are no longer doing AOL. What is the future of your business? Don't even go too far. Post-COVID, what has your business been doing? You're still sewing clothes. Is that what is happening in the world? Don't let me be angry. So please remember that you are the next set of leaders. You are the next breed of change makers for Africa. You cannot be ordinary. You cannot choose what is easy or convenient. You must choose that which is relevant, that is of absolute, significance to this continent. It must be significant to the continent. That is how to explore the dream in your head. Don't just say, oh, I just want to sell adire. What kind of vision is that? I don't understand. So with these few words of mine, please know that the world is watching you. We are waiting for you. And Africa especially needs you in this season. Thank you and God bless you.
Wow, Olori. You set fire and the fire is still burning, but thank you for setting fire. Thank you so much, my sister. You're not going anywhere. Just hold on. Our next speaker is here and I want you to meet with her because she's a sister of mine as well, and you haven't officially met her. So I want you to officially meet her on this platform. Olori, thank you so much. And, God bless you. I echo what everybody is saying in the chat. And I think it's important for everyone to know that there's a reason why you're a partner on this program. There's a reason why we've brought Borderless Trade Network to be a partner on this program. And so you guys, this is the beginning of seeing Olori, on here. We still have the Borderless Trade Network Salon series. I don't know if that's what we're calling it this year, but it's going to happen during this program. And we have 2 full days with everything that Olori is working on. It would expand your mind and take you to levels that you've never thought you would go. There's so many partnerships that Olori will bring in for us. And everything she's saying, everything she's speaking to in the sense of, you need to dream far, you need to go borderless. Hers is about being borderless. Hers is about expanding, what it is that you can do and taking advantage of all of the opportunities that you've been given. And sometimes you're not giving that opportunity, but what Borderless Trade Network and Olori does is to bring those opportunities to us, partner with those organizations and say, look, we have women who are ready. And that's what we're going to experience during the Borderless Trade Network. She has other organizations that we will, learn about, everybody will learn about, and people will join, as well. But I encourage you guys to, we'll send you her link on Instagram, other platforms, so you can join and you can follow her work and what she's doing. She is one person I am so proud of. There's nowhere I go to and I don't talk about Olori. There's no one wanting to do business with me that I don't say we. Okay, yes, we will get back to you. That we, sometimes I just call Olori up and I say, Olori, so there's one business we are doing. She's like, okay, what is it? Or Olori, we're attending a meeting in 1 hour. She's like, okay, what's the meeting about? In that sense, that is how much we align in what we're doing. I have found my own tribe, my own person. Amongst you will find your own people.
That's right.
You will find them. So look out for what I have with Olori is unique. Look out for your tribe. Look out for your people amongst yourselves, and you will find them. I promise you, you will. Olori, thank you again. I love you so much. I can't say that. I say that all the time. I love you so much, and I thank you so much. Well done again. I am so proud of you. All you're doing for women. I know that you're here to empower, and I know that this is your mission. And what you're doing is fulfilling that mission. Thank you for leaving what you had to do this morning and coming in here and having this conversation, with our people, because they needed to hear it. So let me spotlight Jessica. Jessica is here. And she's here. Hi, Jessica.
Good afternoon, ladies. Hi, Inya. Hi, Olori.
Hi, Jessica. Hello.
This is Jessica. Olori, I'm officially introducing you to Jessica. Jessica, this is my sister as well. Olori, sisters meet sister. Please spotlight Olori. Where did she go? Please. Bring her back. We're not done. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Jessica, how are you?
Let me remember. You would know her name, but you'd not know it's her. I met Jessica at the Fortune Most Powerful Women mentoring during the Fortune Most Powerful Women mentoring program that I went on. Jessica is an alum of the 10,000 businesses done by Goldman Sachs. So she is mentored by the same mentor who mentored me and are still mentoring me during my time at Goldman Sachs. Dina Powell is Jessica's mentor as well. So we're both mentees to Dina Powell and the leading executives of Goldman Sachs. So when I went to Goldman and after my experience there, they were going to throw me a go away, party for me to come in and talk about my experience as a mentee. Jessica was invited. So she was invited as another mentee. And, we met there, we didn't get to say a lot, but Jessica and I connected right away. And from connecting, we said, let's have a meeting. Do you know that Jessica took a taxi down to my hotel and we sat down? Jessica, can you remember all the notes and everything we promised ourselves? We told ourselves, let's change the world, you know, and all of that. And I'm so glad. And I want you all to share in this moment, because I'm so glad that this is the first time we're going to have, you know, a session together with Jessica on board. We're basically saying what we planned in 2019. We're basically doing what we planned in 2019 to do. And I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy to have you here, Jessica. And I'm so glad that it's with these women who will hear your story and be inspired by you as well. Jessica is the president and the principal of Johnson Security Bureau, Inc. And it's a third generation family-owned security services business based in the Bronx. And that's why I brought her here, because Olori, you talk about your wealth outliving you. What will you leave for your next generation? And she's a fantastic example, because she is the third generation of that business. It's a security business based in New York. And for the women of Goldman Sachs to always, you know, pull her out and say, Jessica, you're amazing. Jessica, involve you in everything. It just goes to show the work that she's doing. They've passed the baton to Jessica, and Jessica has taken that and has made waves. Before knowing her, I'd never heard about her company, but now Jessica is on CBS. She's on the major, she's been interviewed by Gail. Like she's been that's what she's done with what has been handed to her. And I said to her, I said, you have to speak to us, because this is our first virtual session. We're going to be having 2 people before you, but I want you to close it and just talk about your process. Just talk about the power of a woman running a business. And hers is not just her thinking about a business, and third generation, Olori. They handed it over to her.
So good.
And what she's doing with it right now, she is all over, you know, the news, talking about raising money, talking about empowering women. So what I'm doing is what she's doing. She's also giving back. Jessica, I don't know what the position is with 10,000 businesses. I think you were, what's that position? Please share with us what you're doing.
So part of 10,000 Small Businesses is an outreach and advocacy platform for our elected officials called 10,000 Small Business Voices. And I serve as the National Leadership Chair for 10,000 Small Business Voices, which encourages small business owners to start relationships and start conversations with their elected officials so that there's policy that supports our business interests and that they know who we are. Because so often the money goes to the big businesses because people know who they are. You talk about, Olori, the big businesses that get the attention, right? It's the people that get the attention, that get the money, that get the policy and the regulations that support their businesses. So I am the National Leadership Chair for that initiative here in the United States. And it gives me the opportunity to work with different government agencies like the State Department, and think about what does it mean to partner with our sisters abroad, and think about what is the potential to connect with someone who's part of Borderless Africa, and what could that mean for your business? What could that mean for my business? What could that mean for the next generation of our businesses? Olori, can I just tell you, thank you, my sister. You have really set a flame and encouraged me from what you shared this morning. You are so dynamic and I love what you're doing, and glad that I can be a part of Inya in the program today at WE, and to hear what you had to share, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Absolutely.
Jessica, it's so good to meet you. So good. Thank you, Inya, for this introduction. I've been looking forward. I'm like, you know, I'm even going to stay for your session. I'm sure I'm going to learn so much. I can't wait to learn. And absolutely, I mean, the more of us there are, the more we can do for the women across, you know, borders. Doesn't even matter whether it's Africa or the US. So yeah, we're totally in this together. Thank you.
And I'm so blessed because I'm here in the Bronx, New York, and you know, New York is diverse as it is, but there's such a large Nigerian population here in the Bronx. I can go down the street and I can get to some of the fashions that you talked about. And my employees, they come from all over the diaspora, but overwhelmingly represent people from Nigeria. So there's an opportunity, ladies. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Just because we're on Zoom doesn't mean that we can't exchange dollars and exchange business cards and exchange opportunities with one another.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Olori, okay, so you can chill and listen to Jessica's session now. Jessica, I'll hand it over to you. Again, you're welcome. Everybody's saying you're welcome. Sion, you like dollars. Someone Sion just said we are exchanging dollars. So welcome and welcome again. Would like Jessica to, just share your story and, pour into us wherever it leads you. I've seen you speak, I've heard you speak so many times, and you're just so inspiring that when I wanted to give you something to talk to us about, I just said, lead with your story, because your story itself is very inspiring. So I'll hand that over to you to lead with your story. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Well, again, my name is Jessica Johnson Cope, and I am the president and CEO of Johnson Security Bureau. We provide security guard services across the New York City metropolitan area. And I was blessed to have inherited my business. My grandparents started the business 59 years ago. And after them, my father took over. I was working in pharmaceutical sales and living in Dallas, Texas. And my mom said, you need to come home. Your dad's not well. He needs you. And so I changed jobs, moved back to New York City. When I got here, I saw how badly he was doing. And you know how it is in families, is some of you are daughters, some of you are mothers, some of you are wives. And it's always the expectation that the woman will come in and make things within the family right. The men are expected to go and get the jobs and run the businesses. But the time I spent with my dad, I realized that he needed help physically and he needed help with the business. We had over 200 employees at one point, but when my dad became ill, we only had 16 employees. And he subsequently was diagnosed with cancer. And so the doctors told us that he would have 2 years to live. That 2 years ended up only being 4 months. So in 4 months, I got a very quick exposure to what was happening in our business, who our clients were, who our employees were. And my dad shared a couple of secrets to the secret sauce of how the family had run the business, but I didn't have everything that I needed. So he in 2008, he passed away. I left my job and took over the company. My brother was helpful. My mom was helpful, but they weren't involved in the day-to-day. And it was interesting because everyone expected my brother to take over the business, but he didn't want to. So we had an agreement because we didn't want to disenfranchise our employees. We wanted to make sure that because they had stood up for us and they continue to go to work, that we stood up for them and continue to provide opportunities for them to feed themselves and their families. Because why? In our communities, it's never just about you. It's about you and everybody in your household, which can be 2 people, it can be 6 people, it can be 10 people. And we realized the sacrifice that our employees had made. So we worked together to figure out what was happening. And I didn't have the answers, which is one of the reasons why I went to Goldman Sachs for their 10,000 Small Businesses program and got to learn from the Goldman Sachs executives how to run a business on a global scale. I got mentored by the head of security there. I was also mentored by the dynamic Dina Powell McCormick, who at the time ran the Goldman Sachs Foundation. And after that went on to work in the White House as a deputy national security advisor, and continues to be my mentor and to mentor Inya. And from what we learned in the program, we were able to grow our business within a year. We created a growth plan that said, in 5 years, we want to grow 20%. Well, mic drop, we ended up growing 50% in the first 6 months because we thought about where we wanted to go. We documented that plan, and then we were able to follow the plan and engage other partners to reach that success. So in 3 consecutive years, we not only doubled the number of employees we had, we also doubled our revenues. So some people may say, well, if you made $1 to go from $1 to $2, it's nothing. But you know that in many cases, as a woman-owned business, people don't expect us to do as much. They expect us to do, as Olori said, people to people, 1 people, 2 people. But when we start to service more people, we have a greater impact. And that's what we were able to do. We were able to tell our story and tell our story stressing the foundation that my grandparents had started, stressing the successes that they had in over 4 decades of business, stressing the relationships that they had and then building upon those and creating our own relationships. And so fast forward, now we have nearly 200 employees again. We have revenues in over 500 million US. We do business with government entities, large private corporations, and not-for-profits. And we put people together, we put people to work in our own community. And so, we're often called blessed to be a blessing. And so we're putting money back into our own community, and we are putting our neighbors to work. And so when we look at the economic impact, we are an engine for economic change. And one of the reasons I'm so excited to be talking with you all today is because you have the numbers on your side. Women are increasingly the largest group of business owners, or women, or groups starting businesses. In Nigeria, you have one of the fastest growing economies. You have one of the largest demographics in the whole wide world, right? More children are going to be born in Nigeria than in any other country. So even if you choose to act and work locally, you're going to have a market that's built in for your products and services that many other people, just by virtue of where their businesses are located, won't have. But because you're part of this program, you can tap into Borderless Africa. You can tap into what the consulate is doing. You can tap into the US State Department. And if you choose to be, you can be a global entity and use what you got to get what you want, because there's somebody out there who needs it. I am truly an advocate for small businesses, and in particular for women-owned businesses and Black women-owned businesses. So when I see you all, your faces on the Zoom screen, I get even more excited because you are the change that we need to see. There's so much money out there, even in the pandemic and even with COVID, there's so much money out there. And if you're focused, you can get it. It's the people sitting on the side of the roads that are saying, oh, woe is me, I can't do it, that are missing the opportunities. What I found is that money likes motion. If you move toward it, it will come back to you. And that's what I found. When my dad passed away, I didn't know where to start. So I took his Rolodex. And for those of you who are too young to know what a Rolodex is, I took his business cards and I started calling people up and saying, hey, did you know my dad? Well, he's no longer with us, but he told me that he had a great relationship with you. And so I was able to build off of his relationships. And I encourage you to do the same. You can start with your circle. You can start with who you know. You can start with the places where you've worked. Talk to your coworkers, talk to your employers, and build that network even stronger. And you don't have to tell everybody all your business, but just remember that people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. So who do you know? And do they like you? Sometimes we get caught up on whether or not we like them, but what's more important? You have to get people to like you just based on who you are. And I'm not saying be fake, don't be phony, no games, no gimmicks, none of that. But showing up will make people like you. So look at your network and start to build it out, even if they may not be your target audience. And then the like and trust, right? You have to invest time to build relationships. Inya and I have known each other for over 2 years now. And yes, we met each other at Goldman Sachs and we had a great time. But over the years, we've continued to communicate. We call, we WhatsApp, we Zoom, we email, we Instagram, but we continue a dialogue. So when she said, I'd like you to show up for AWE, I raised my hand and said, yes, because that's my friend. We've invested in a relationship with one another. I love the work that she's doing and I'm willing to invest in that. And she's willing to invest in me as well. And you'll see, what's the old adage? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So relationships are so important. And then you have to get people to trust you. How do you get people to trust you? You are a person of your word and you show that your products and your services not only do what you say they do, but that they provide some type of value to the people that you're working with. So in our case, we provide security services and our services make people feel safe. it makes my clients be able to sleep at night, because if something happens at their facilities, they're not getting the call. I'm getting the calls instead. And so that saving them time brings them tremendous value. So then they don't have a problem writing a check to my firm when it's time to get the contract. It's interesting because when I first started, and still to this day, people will say, oh, where's your brother? Where's your husband? I want to meet the man behind your company. And at first I used to get upset, but then I had to remember, people are going to have their own impressions. People are going to have their own perceptions and their own limiting beliefs, but it doesn't matter. What matters is I get the job done. And so when I go into meetings now, I embrace my womanness. I embrace who I am, and I'm not afraid to be one of the only women sitting at the table, because I know that I belong there. And because I belong there, I'm going to do what I need to do. I had a man recently tell me, he said, I saw you at this meeting and I got mad. What you get mad about? He said, well, when you walked in the room, everybody knew your name and everybody wanted to talk to you. I said, so were you mad that they knew my name? Or were you mad because they wanted to talk to me? I said, because if they knew you, they'd want to talk to you. If they knew you, they'd know your name. He was like, well, you were the only woman, so I didn't think that was fair. People are going to have all types of limiting beliefs, and they're going to have their own head trash. Don't let their head trash limit you. You are a queen. You are a queen with a purse that you need to fill. So get your coins and put them in your purse and keep it moving. Don't worry about what they have to say. Because in my experience, not focusing on being the only, or being a woman, or not supposed to be there, or worrying about whether other people have said, has never been something to hold me back. And I encourage you not to let that be your case as well. I'm so glad that you decided to sign up for AWE, because there's power in these programs. My husband makes fun of me because I'm always signing up for some program, and he's like, Johnson, we got work to do. Why are you doing another program? And see, I've been in my role for 12 years now, and I still sign up for programs. Why? Because there's a benefit in the network. There's a benefit in additional education and information. And it gives me an opportunity to market my business to people who may not be familiar with me. So he's like, Johnson, you're getting into another program? Yes, sir, that I am. He's like, oh, you do all these programs and you don't have enough time for work. No, I have to balance and find a way to get my work done and still participate in the program. But in your signing up for AWE, you put down a stake in the road and said that you're here, that you're ready, that you know that you are living the dream and you are ready to move forward. So don't take this program lightly. I'm encouraging you to build a network with the other participants and the facilitators, and because those might be your first business partners. Those might be the first people that you sell to, or that you come together and do like Inya and Olori, and then you go into other markets and sell together. So tap into the network from the program. We've been able to participate in a lot of programs that are sponsored by different corporations. So like Goldman Sachs, we're currently working with EY and they're helping us with our finances. We're also in a program with Salesforce and they're helping us with our CRM, which is customer relationship management, and how do we leverage data to make a greater impact with our potential clients, as well as to better understand where we're successful. So don't take programs like AWE for granted. Network, keep living the dream, make the most of the relationship with your mentor. I know Olori spoke specifically about this, but mentors come in all shapes and sizes. Remember that mentorship is a two-way relationship. So you need to ask your mentor specifically for what it is that you need and you want. So when I'm ready to grow my business, I go to Dina Powell and say, Dina, we got hit with COVID. You know, the places where we were working got shut down. And so we can't do that business anymore. Do you have any suggestions? And she said, well, what is it that you want to do? Oh, well, we started working with this one hospital. We're doing COVID testing security services. She said, oh, okay. So now that she knows what I do and she knows what I need, she can go back to her network and say, hey, Jessica is doing this. Perry, can you have a conversation with her so that your network knows what she's doing? Oh, I'm on the board of this hospital. Do you all use security services? Talk to Jessica. So make the most of your mentor relationships, and remember that it's a two-way street. Be specific in your ask of your mentors. And when you do that and continue to communicate with your mentors, you'll make your mentor look good, and they're going to want to make you look even better. In terms of marketing, my husband, what I forgot to mention is, in addition to running our security company, my husband and I have a laundromat where we live in Brooklyn, New York. And so we do wash, dry, and fold services for people in the neighborhood. We used to have washing machines and dryers, but then we figured we could make more money if we let somebody else wash the clothes, and that we were basically the middleman to process the orders. And this week is our 6th anniversary being in business with a second business. So you can say that you're tired and it's a lot of work and wow, it's hard. But when you're called to a purpose and you have a great team and a great partner, you make stuff happen. You make time for what's important. So my husband and I have had our laundromat for 6 years now, and it's a challenge, but at the same time, we provide a service that people need, because people need clean clothes. People have to go to work and they may not always have time to wash their clothes or to go to the dry cleaner. So we'll go and pick up their clothes and bring them back to them. So we're providing jobs. We're helping people feel better about themselves. And when they show up to work, they looking good, smelling good, because they got clean clothes. And one of the reasons that's important is because I get to have multifaceted conversations with people, because we got into laundry trying to solve a problem that we had. And if you're solving a problem that somebody else has, you're going to find a market for your business. One of the reasons that we've grown and been able to stay in business for 6 years, because here in the States, the average business, like 50% of businesses don't make it to their 2nd anniversary, and even fewer make it to their 5th anniversary. So we know that we're very fortunate and even blessed to still be in business. But we've leveraged social media to grow our laundry business. Now, I understand social media is not the end all be all, but social media gives us the ability to compete comparable to what many of our larger competitors are doing, because social media doesn't see size, it just sees impressions. And if you can resonate with your audience, the images, the messages, the content, then you'll get more attention. So we were able to grow our social media following, and as a result, we grew our business. And now we're working with some of the gig economy providers to leverage their services so that we can reach more people, we can pull more laundry in, we can get more revenues, more coins in that purse. So I know that one of the elements of AWE will be pitching. Pitching drives me nuts because I get very nervous sometimes about presenting, but no, when you get the chance to pitch, you're marketing your business, you're marketing yourself, and that gives somebody else the opportunity to see what's possible with you and your business. So don't take pitching for granted. Make the most of that opportunity and use the feedback that you get. I know that here I work with one of the certifying organizations because we have to have a certification that says that we're Black owned, a certification that says that we're woman owned. Even though if you look at me, you could tell I'm a Black woman like all day, every day, right? But we still have to be certified. And so our certifying organizations have pitch competitions, and I will sign up every single time, even if I know I'm not going to win, because that's an opportunity for somebody else to see my face, to hear my name, and to hear about our products and services. And then when I get a face-to-face meeting with some of those buyers, they're like, oh, wait, I never heard of you before. Wait, no, I did see you. I saw you in that pitch competition. So you have to use every opportunity to put yourself out there so people will get to know about you, your products and your services, so that you get the opportunity to win. And in this day and age, take every opportunity you can, because like they mentioned, Coca-Cola spends billions of dollars on marketing, and we still know the brand, but they still want people to know about them. You as a SME, as a MSME, you're going to have to put in a lot of work because you're not going to have the same financial resources to market and promote your business. So take advantage of that. I'll also add plug into the consulate, plug into the Department of State. We've been very fortunate to have the US government as one of our clients for a long time. In one case, we provide armored car services, and the Department of Veteran Affairs had called us for a quote because they wanted us to move money from their facilities to the banks. And I told them we didn't want to do it because I didn't want to be responsible, and my team didn't want to be responsible either. They said, well, we have this rule where we have to get at least 2 quotes. Would you at least give us a quote and we'll leave you alone? No problem. So my team said, give them a high quote, give them a high quote so that they want to use us. No problem. I said, okay, $10,000 a month. They were like, okay, thank you. So we're like, yeah, we gave them a quote. They're going to leave us alone. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy, right? We're talking about starting and growing businesses. And at the same time, I'm talking about turning business away. Sometimes all business is not good business. You have to know where your sweet spot is. And at that time, moving money was not our sweet spot, even though we had armed guards, even though we had the vehicles to do it. The next day, the VA called me back and said, the contract is yours. Can you start tomorrow? I said, wait, no. We told you we didn't want the business. We gave you a high price. They were like, yes, but it's worth it to pay your price because we want to keep our people safe. We don't want our employees to have to go to the bank. And we've heard great things about you based on the history of your business. So that was in 2011. It's 2021. We have not just that one contract that we started with, we got 3 additional contracts with the same agency for business that we said that we didn't want and gave them a really high price. So I guess one of my other messages for you is don't undervalue yourself. Don't undervalue your business. Don't undervalue your products and services. There's somebody out there who's willing to pay what you're worth. Unfortunately, as women, we're always undervalued. We're always underestimated. We're always overlooked. So when you get the opportunity to sell something, ask for the right price. You are worth it. You are worth it. You are worth it. And if there's somebody that's not willing to pay, there's somebody else who is going to pay. So make sure you get that money, because in giving the VA a number, even if it seemed like a high number, that's ended up being hundreds of thousands of dollars for us over a decade for something that we said we didn't want. But at the same time, we said we want to grow our business. So you got to be honest about yourself, about what it is you want, how to be in your sweet spot, and how to get that money. And whatever your price, whatever price you're thinking, probably mark it up 10%, maybe even 20%, because men are out there, they're asking for what they want all day, every day. They never think twice. They never think, oh, nobody's going to buy it because it's too expensive. Oh, nobody's going to want to do business with me because they're going to say they don't have the money. If they don't have the money, they don't have the money. They're not your client. And that was one of the hard lessons for me to learn, because I'm like, I struggle with pricing. I struggle with what's my value. But over time, I realized I'm saving people money. I'm saving people time. That means something. And they're paying somebody something. And when I go see like these guys, my competitors, and we got to watch for our competition, right? We got to watch for our competition. My competitors, they ask for whatever they want. They're like, oh, we charge $50. We pay $50. We're going to charge $100. Based on what? Oh, just because. And I'm sitting here with my pencil trying to make it work. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be doing twice the work. I'm going to be tired. And if I still have to go home and cook and, take care of my husband, take care of the house or whatever, and then take care of my other business, they not worried about me. If anything, they want me to charge a cheap price so that I go out of business, and then they can come and they could get my business for pennies on the dollar, right? Because in many instances, one of your aspirations may be to sell your business to somebody who's going to pay you more, right? So you don't want to start out by undervaluing yourself, your services, and your products. Charge the right amount. And if you're not sure, ask a man how much he would charge, and then put 10% on top of that. You're worth it. How are we on time, Inya?
Yeah, we're good. We're good on time. Please put all your notes out. I want to hear it all. You can see someone has messaged me privately and said, I'm crying right now, all of that. We need to hear this. We need to hear this. So please go on. We want all your points out. So we're good. We're good on time. We're good on time.
One thing, I had a conversation with one of my mentees the other day. She started a charter school here in New York. And she said, well, Jessica, one of the things I struggle with is because I'm young, people sometimes take me for granted and think I don't know what I'm doing. And so they micromanage me. What can I do? And how do you deal with that as a boss? Like, who should I talk to? What should I read? And one of my girlfriends, her name is Mandela Hodges Dixon. She runs an organization called Founder Gym that trains Black founders on how to get money. She said, get mentors in your head. So there may be people in business, there may be people in entertainment, there may be people in the faith world that you look up to, and you may not have access to those people, but you can learn nuggets from them based on what's publicly available. They may have written a book, or they may have a YouTube channel. If it's like my pastor, he's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, not just because he's my pastor, he's really smart, but because I learned from him in what he says when he preaches, as well as the outreach that he does, because he has a social justice platform. So you can find people to make your mentors in your head and follow them either by what's available on social media, what's available in books, what's available in TVs. You can read about interviews and take lessons away from them. I know one woman, Beyonce is her mentor in her head, right? We all can learn something from Queen Bee, whether it's just about looking and feeling positive, whether it's about philanthropy, whether it's just about owning your space, right? Queen Bee could be your mentor in your head. So get a mentor in your head if it's somebody that you can't access, but you feel like you can learn from them. What I also encourage her to do is remember that all of our mentors don't have to be people who look like us. We can find, I saw somebody put in the chat earlier when Olori had asked about which channels you watch, that it's the elders, right? We want to be respectful, but there's so much we can learn from the baby boomers and people who came before us. And we know that in our culture, we respect our elders. Sometimes we don't always go to them with questions about business because we think, you don't know, like my mom worked her entire life for a state government. And so I might think she might not know about business, but she managed vendor relationships in her capacity as a state worker. And she also understands contracting from a government perspective. So there's still so much I can learn from her, even though we're working in different spaces. So you can learn from people who've done it before, or who may be in a different industry and bring a different perspective to what you're doing. So yes, my primary business is security, but I can also leverage what I've done in the security space in the laundry business. Two different worlds, but I said, okay, this is how we won here. Let's do the same things and see what kind of results we get there. Because the laundry people, they're only seeing it from a laundry prism. They're like, okay, we use Tide, cold water, hang dry. And we're like, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not living. It's more to the laundry business than that. So learn from your elders, learn from people who don't necessarily look like you, who can give you a different perspective. One of my favorite stories about my mentor, Dina, is when I first met her, we were in an interview and she said, what if somebody were to give you money to grow your business? And I said, no, ma'am. My dad always told me, owe no one anything. You don't want to owe anybody any money. And she said, no. What if you could use somebody else's money to grow your business? And I had to stop because for so long, I had this one mindset is you grow. And having not run a business, I didn't think about what it would mean for somebody to invest money for me to grow my business and the potential impact, right? Because if somebody gives me money, I don't have to spend my own money. And if it allows me to sell more products and services, then I have the money to pay them back. And so it arrested my attention and made me stop that I don't have all the answers. And there's more than one way to look at a situation. And so we've since been able to work with our lenders and get investment to grow the business. And now we're looking at potentially doubling our business again. My best friend, she told me just yesterday, she said, because she works for a bank. And so she's like, and her bank is my next client. She said, did you talk to your banker? Because if you're going to do business with us, we might as well give you money. That only makes sense. And I was like, I hadn't thought about that. And so that the beauty of having a different perspective and having somebody that will pour into you and help you see things differently, it's like there's no price that you can pay for that. Now, you always have to measure whatever advice, whatever information you give with your, what makes sense. But just make sure that you keep wise wisdom, like you keep wisdom around you. Because I know there are a whole bunch of fools out here running businesses. And like Olori said, the smartest people are not always the people who are successful, right? So make sure you have somebody that's successful, somebody that's smart in your corner, somebody that's going to tell you the truth. And that's one way you can position yourself for success. What other questions are there?
Can I ask you one?
Sure.
As well? Okay, so what would you say has been a major challenge for you, and how did you overcome it? If you measure all the challenges you have, what's that biggest one, and how did you overcome it?
I would say that my biggest challenge has been self-doubt. I just think that the world teaches women from the time that we come out the womb, especially Black women, to not necessarily have a lot of faith in us, to think that we should look and talk and act like other people and not necessarily value our beauty, our intelligence, and what we bring to the table. And even though I've been exposed to a lot of different people, a lot of different communities along my walk. Like I went to a predominantly white school in middle school and high school. I went to a predominantly white university, even though I was grounded in church, in my community and other activities in my community. When you look at what the messages that the media sends to us and the messages that even sometimes well-meaning men, the men that are closest to us, right, send to us, it's not always about empowering women. It's not always about embracing our inner queens. And so it took me time to realize just how fabulous I am. Humble brag. I mean, that's how God designed us. And even when you think about church, I was raised in a church, and many times the messages even that we get in church is for women to be reserved and to be demure. But that's not how God created us. God created us as images of his greatness. He wants us to represent who he is in his fullness, right? And so I had to learn how to quiet my self-doubt. I had to learn how to embrace the God in me and humbly say, Lord, I need you to show up. I need you to say what you need to say so that they don't see me, they see you. And over time, I've become more confident. I've found my voice. And I still have my times where I don't always feel like it's for me. And it shows up in procrastination. It shows up in not always doing my best work. But even in spite of that, God has been faithful and he still shows up. And, when I listen and because sometimes we don't always listen, when I listen and I move in what the Lord is saying to me, that's when I see the greatest impact. And that's when he gets the glory, because, people can say whatever they want to say about me. It's really God in me, because I wasn't here 59 years ago. It was God that planted that seed, that planted that dream in my grandparents. And then it was the work that they were able to do because he gave them the resources and he gave them the network to be able to do it. And then he provided the window over time for us to get fabulous contracts. And then I just show up and I'm an heir to that blessing, right? And so for each of us who are on this call today, who are going through AWE, I encourage you to remember that you are a child of God, regardless of what your beliefs are. And God has planted a dream in you that he needs to come to fulfillment, not for you, but for his glory. And if you don't allow him to do that, then that's a sin. That's a sin. And I don't want you to have to live with that. I want you to walk in the full glory of who you have been created to be. And then we could all work together to live out our God appointed destinies.
Yeah, and thank you. Thank you for that. A lot of people are asking about, fear, self-doubt, and how they overcome it. I think what you've said, just really understanding the power of self and understanding that you were created complete when you were created, and knowing that you have that in you can help you overcome fear. In that sense, you would not notice. Did you notice me being nervous when when I was having my presentation at the dinner at Goldman Sachs, or the lunch we had?
No. You
No one
always have it
noticed.
together.
That's what people say. And, for people who are asking about fear, that's what I wanted to point out, that I remember going into that room. Jessica, you and I arguably were in the room with some of the most influential, the biggest women you could ever be in the same room with in the world. You had all the leading executives of Goldman Sachs. And I entered into the room, and this reception was for me. It did not make sense. It did not make sense. I was thinking, why is everyone gathered here? Why are they, and for a moment there, it looks like I have it together, but for a moment there, that doubt, set in, that self-doubt. I started being fearful. I was afraid. And I remember sitting down, and Dina knew, and Dina hugged me. And then after hugging me, she said, Inya, you know what? And I told her, I said, Dina, I'm nervous. And Dina said, Inya, you know what? You're going first. I said, that is worse. That is worse. Dina, no, you were supposed to speak first. No, someone else was supposed to speak. Because if you remember, there was someone from the Know Me Network who they brought in, who was also a mentee like us, and Dina said, no, Inya, I'm going to thrust, the fact that you said you're nervous, I'm going to thrust you in there and you will make me proud. And I remember those words. Once she said, you will make me proud, I decided, let me go. And Dina went on, then introduced me. Oh, we have the fabulous Inya, and as I was walking to that stage, my legs were shaking. I remember I was shaking, and once the slide came in, if you remember, the first photo I had on my slide was a photo of me at 5 years old with my mom, who always told me that I was special. And once I saw that photo of myself and my mom, I just went all in, and I was talking, so I think that we should place certain things in our lives as well. For those who are asking about fear, there's certain things that brings you back and reminds you of who you are and where you're going, whether it's in form of people, whether it's in form of memories, looking at some of the things that you've done in the past and saying, I did this. And if I did this, I can actually do more. Why am I afraid? Most times when we're afraid, what we're afraid of is how well it will go, or afraid of greatness, in that sense. So yeah, for fear, I just wanted to, it's a mirage. Like Olaide said, I just wanted to, add that there as well. So
keep in mind, everybody has fear of some kind. Successful people, unsuccessful people. But what the successful people do is they take that fear and they use it as fuel. Unsuccessful people take the fear and use it as an excuse. And since you're here, I already see that you're doing the things that you need to do. Don't let fear get in the way of your greatness.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I know you guys have so many questions, but we have to go. We really, really have to go. Jessica also needs to get back to work. Jessica, thank you so much for this session. I knew that, once I reached out, and your thought, because I kept thinking, oh my God, Jessica and I have to do something together real soon. And when this opportunity came, I took it and I reached out. And like you said to everyone, you jumped on it. And, it's been oh yes, we're empowering women. Let's do it. Let's get on it. I will still be reaching out if you don't mind. There's a lady who I spoke to who is on this program, who is running a security business. And I literally, upon selecting, she was already on our red list, they had taken her out of, the selection process. And I looked at her business and I thought to myself, there's something missing here. Why isn't this woman, on board? And then I called her and I had a detailed conversation with her. And I told her, you have to be on board, because I don't know that many women who run the kind of business that you run. It was you I remembered when I called her. And it was you who inspired me to make that call and have the right things to say to her, because I can see what you're doing and how you're doing exceptionally well. And I can see, I can just have I could have this global picture for her and where her business would go. So I called her up and I even told her about it. I said, I have this person, a sister of mine who's running a business. Do you know what she's doing? Do you know how great she is right now? And you can be there. As well, she's saying, I'm here. Is that Thomas? Oh, that's her, right there. Hi, Yes. And I had this conversation with her, and it was you. For me, it was you. That I looked at and I said, yes, this could be her. She could, get there, and there could be a lot of things, that would open up for her on this program. So thank you so much. And this is you inspiring people and even inspiring me to have conversations with people outside of your presence, outside of you being there with me, because this conversation was had even without you being there. So I'd like to thank you again and again. And you're a light to the world, honestly. You just have this, wonderful spirit and edge to you. You and I saw for the first time, hugged, and remember our first meeting when we're taking notes. I can never forget, at the hotel that I was at in New York, we're taking notes about all of the things that we're going to do. And I think Dina, I'm going to take a photo of this and send to Dina. Dina would be so proud that two of her mentees are, doing this and are doing this together. And in any other way, Jessica, I'm going to send you a breakdown of the program. In any other way you think you can come in, we need people like you to come speak to us from the global scheme of things. You're talking about how much you make, in a year, and some people can't even believe it. It's mind blowing. We need people like you to come in and open our minds to the opportunities that there are and possibilities, open our minds to the fact that you can take a third generation business and run it. And you're doing so well. You're all over the place with fantastic news. And I'm glad you shared that. Yes, you still have moments, of doubt, but it's good for women to know that you can be this great. You can be doing so well. And you're still human, right? You're still human because you still have those emotions that would try to deter you, and all of those things that would try to, push you off the ropes. So thanks again. I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Ladies, I wish you all the best. Please feel free to give me an email, and I'll see how you all do at the end of the program.
Yes, and we'll share Jessica's LinkedIn. She's very active on LinkedIn, so you can see a lot of the information on news on her. And also I'll share her Instagram link, so you can go there and follow her. She has this, do you still produce those videos, Jessica? I miss them, those videos that you produce and put out. If you have a YouTube page that you've put everything, maybe I can share it with the women.
Yes, my husband and I have a podcast called Commerce and Chill, where we talk about how our lives intersect between business and personal life. And then I do LinkedIn Live on Mondays, but I just started doing that. So if you want to see a lot of the other stuff, go to Commerce and Chill. And we have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'll get all the link with you, from you rather, and share it with the women as well. Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. How are you feeling? I told you guys that we're going to be pumped up today, that we're going to set the table, break the table, and set fire on the table. And I think we've done, yes, it's hot hots. Hot hots is what we're going to, how we're going to have it throughout this program. Imagine, guys, this is just our first virtual program. We have 13 of this. No, not 13. Sorry, it's 13 courses. We've broken it down into 2. We have about 20 something sessions to come. Some of these sessions are, like I said, not going to be about Dream Builder or what you've learned. Some of them are just going to be about life, because whether we like it or not, life is a part of us. We're living. And as long as we're alive, we have to, dig in and sort some issues. We have a psychologist as well who will come in and talk to you guys. You see, I've told you, this is surgery. Whatever is going on, we need to go and dissect it, bring it out, rearrange it, reconstruct it, and package it properly and present it to the world. We want that by the time we're done with this program, at least you have an idea of what you're doing. You have an idea of where you're going in life. You have an idea of what the next steps are. You're no longer confused. You're no longer feeling like, oh yes, I'm in this small bubble. Where do I go from here? And some of you who feel you've arrived, we're here to tell you you haven't arrived, because you can do better. right? It's not about what you're doing now. You can actually do better. No matter how much you're making, there's someone making more than you. A lot of you heard, I saw a reaction when Jessica said, you know, this is what we make per month and, you know, and all of that. People are like, yeah, what? You know, and this is someone, she's a woman like you. She's a woman like you running a business. Trust me, it's not about being abroad. There are people here who you need to add to your circle who are making a lot of money. They're making a lot of money from what they're doing. And you need to position yourself properly. Position yourself, join those people, be in their circle so that you know where the money is coming from. Olori and I, all the time, we're always telling each other, if I hear anything here, I'm on the phone. Olori, we need to get this. If she hears anything, same way, she would call me and say, Inya, look, there's money here. There's money available. And like I said during our first session, right? There's a lot of, even from the government, there's a lot of money available. Why are they not giving it to you? They said you're not ready. They said you're not ready. And you are not. You are not. Anolua, you are not. I can see you say you're ready. You are not ready. You're not ready. A lot of you are not ready. Business name, no corporate accounts. You know, and you think you're ready, you don't have the kind of licenses that you should have. Are you ready to play? Please, you guys are not. Please, maybe by the time we're halfway through the program, you'll be ready. You'll be ready. Just know that the money is there. The organizations are there. They are ready for you. But guess what? I think the mistake our government and every other person have been doing as well is that they're waiting to receive well-packaged people, but who will package them? Who will package those people? They're waiting to receive well-done businesses, products that are finished. Who will help these people finish those products? So that's what we need to look out for. For those who promised that they were going to register their businesses and get it sorted and all of that, we will chase you. We will chase you. Your associates will chase you. For those who promised that they will get their corporate bank account sorted, we will chase you. You have to get all of that ready. I want to be able to say we have 200 people. Like I said, the 50 people are returned migrants. They may not be able to access the same funding that you guys do. I want to be able to say we have 200 people and those 200 people will apply. I want everyone to apply so that they know that we're serious. Right? I hate it. Olori and I, each time we hear it, that our body will just, I'm just like, Olori, can we start a business and just show that we're ready? You guys need to get to the point where these organizations will be begging to give you money. Who told you that they don't want Nigeria to bring money, to have more money come in? Who told, with this exchange rate, do you know, with some of you having products and all of the products that you can export, do you realize that if 200 of you come together and you position yourself at the place where you can bring all of this resources in, you package yourselves properly. Do you know that if you get more people, you can change the course of, you know, the financial situation in Nigeria? If you export all of the things you have, do you know that you bring more dollars in, you bring more money in? You change yourself, you change your own lives by making more money, you change your society. And at the same time, the communities are being, you know, the community is being changed, people are being empowered. You're able to grow and hire more people. You can change, you can bring this change to life. But it's about seriousness, about putting aside all your self-doubts, things that you think, you know, are stopping you. Some of you are just afraid to be great. Greatness is chasing after you and you're running away from it. That's what it is. Some of you are just afraid. Greatness is, hello, you're like, rara, bye-bye. You know, you run away. Some of you, that's what the problem is. Because you are capable. You're capable. You are able in every way. And as long as you're created as a human being, the capacity is in you. We need to sharpen you see the sawdust and the cobwebs that we've put in that, we will take all of that, we'll dust it out with some of the sessions. We need to dust everything out. Because in saying you're ready is not just about saying it. In saying you're ready, you need to be ready physically, you need to be ready mentally, spiritually, your positioning, you need to be ready, and you need to be ready corporately. Your books have to be in order. You need to have the right papers. You need to have the right, everything people are asking for, you need to have it. And you need to have the mentality of someone who is great, a great person. I have that mentality. You need to join the gang of the billionaires club, or what do we call it? Women billionaires club. You need to join that gang. And it starts from identifying those around you who you can partner with and connect with. Some of you will eventually become distributors, to some. Some of you will become customers. Some of you will become buyers, to some. You need to start identifying yourself. Start looking at, people have been dropping Instagram links and all of that. Believe it or not, I read all your applications. Everyone who is here right now, I know, I can almost tell you what each person does. I didn't remember MM's name, but I was able to talk about her business. So all you need to do is give me your AWE number. I'll set you out and tell you what you do. I'll tell you what we found that were the negative comments on your application and all of that. I can mention it. You know why? Because this is what I was born to do. This change that we're creating right now, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm alive. I take it seriously as a heart attack. Some of you, I take your businesses more seriously than you take your businesses. Because if I have to convince you to register, people are telling me, I don't have, you will find that money. You will find it. You find it. For a lot of you, it's not money. You're just laid back. You're just laid back. You've been lazy for too long. And we need to shake you up because you guys are great. Do you know what this is? This is the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. It's a White House initiative to empower women around the world. And you guys were selected in Nigeria to be a part of this program. Do you know when you're done, you then become part of the official US alumni network, having access to a lot of things. Someone was writing and saying, I would like to go on the Fortune program. Once you're done with this program and you're part of the alum, maybe the US consulate will see the growth in your business and nominate you. It's not a program that you just apply for. They nominate you for it. And guess what? After they nominate you for it, they send it to the Department of State and Vital Voices. And then those organizations will decide whether you come on board or not. It doesn't just stop here. So even when they were nominating me, I remember Mr. Ibrahim telling me, just go and pray and fast. Because when your application gets there, they would decide. 19 people around the world are selected for this program every year. And I was selected. I positioned myself. And yes, there is the grace of God in there, but I also positioned myself. I got myself ready. I have my sister on the call, Christy Adoga on the call. She's someone who I always go to. She raised me. So when I was born, she was 11, 12, and she was the person my mom handed over to raise me because my mom was sick, giving birth to me. I remember going to her and kneeling down and say, sis, please pray for me. I remember going to her saying, I need this, I need to change, I need things to change in my life. And she told me, she said, as long I raised you, I was one of the ones who raised you. She's here today to support me. She's on my board. She's on the board of Ascension Youth Foundation. The reason, you know why she's on the board? Because I found the right people to put on my board, as well. Because that is someone who, whether it's physically, financially, spiritually, I know she's with me. Who are the people around you? Who have you put on your board? Who are the people around you? Who do you talk to? Who do you surround yourself with? I can tell you for a fact that I'll get off this call. She's already telling me, well done, I'm proud of you. On my phone, I'm picking up my phone, I'm seeing it. I'm like, yeah, where are those people for you? Who are the people around you? Who are the people who will ginger you that whenever you're doing anything, they're there to support you? Who are they? Find them. If you find them if you don't have them, you can find them amongst this group of people that you have. Accountability partners. You need to have accountability partners. People who you always go to. In that sense, package all these things together, put everything together, and then we can start talking about whether you're ready or not. You are not ready, my dear sisters. Not yet. We still have a lot of work to do. You're not ready, but we will get there. So I'm glad, take the words you've heard from Bankole, take the ones you've heard from Olori, from Jessica as well. Jessica is talking from a global with a global mindset. Olori is talking to you with a local and global mindset in that sense. And that's why we wanted that group of people to have this first chat with you. We're going to have our next session next week. It's going to be the same time. We're ready. But they're strolling in at 5 minutes to 11. We're ready. And you guys are ready. We're ready. There's this Owambe. I can't make the next session because there's a party that I cannot miss. And you are ready. Sisters, talk to yourselves. We're not ready. But we have to get ready because there's a lot of greatness coming. Okay. Thank you so much for this session. As I said, the people who attended this session will get a link to the video so you can rewatch. Even the orientation session as well. The link has been ready for a while. We're going to share that and send that to you. Please take your work seriously. Don't let your associates be the ones to chase after you to submit a screenshot of the courses you've completed. Complete your courses. It's very simple. You have the whole week. Complete your courses. Send your screenshots on time. Let's not chase you. It's the ones we are not chasing that are ready. And let me also tell you something. Amongst every cohort, there are people who stand out. It is you who would decide whether you want to be one of those who will stand out or not. I can tell you for a fact. I can name those people from last year and 2 years ago who would stand out. You need to decide. So I hope, again, with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that this greatness is the way to go. Thank you, everyone. I will see you next week. I look forward to seeing your beautiful faces again. For those ahead, we are ready. You didn't turn on your video, you are ready. Anyway, enough shade thrown. I will see you guys next week, and have a lovely week. Enjoy yourselves. Look after your businesses. Also, before you guys go, I've spoken to a friend of mine who is a partner at a firm, and he is willing to have a session with you guys this week for those who want to register their businesses and are looking for a reduced amount to do it with. So I've said to him that if I can get as many people as possible together, I'll post that link. After we shut the comments on the group, I'll post that link. Let's see how many people sign up. If we know that maybe 50 people, at least 50 people sign up, then I can send him the list of the 50 people and say, let us set up a meeting this week so you can have a meeting with them. I'll also send you the link to the firm. They're based in Lagos, one of the best in Africa, really. Firms in Africa. One of the partners is a very good friend of mine, and he said, they can make this happen. So I'll put that in the group as well so that you can all see the information. Please sign up and do it on time. If you're serious and we're up to 50, I can go to him. They can set up a meeting with you and you can have a rate that makes sense, for everyone. I know, it just happened. Don't worry. Some other opportunities will come for those who are saying they've paid already. Some other opportunities will come. All right. Thank you all. Bye-bye. See you next week. See you. Sending lots of love from here. Bye to you all. Don't forget to do your assignments. Don't forget to take your courses. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Love you.
Love you. Lots of love from here. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you.
Bye, and thank you and your team. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Adiola, good to know you're blessed. Lots of love, Ree. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Mithia. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. God bless you all.
So you people are waiting to hang out with me. You're not going. This is what happened after every session. And when I send the time, it's too long. Too long. And then it's time to go. Nobody wants to go. Okay,
None
well,
of
let's
us
be
want to
hanging
go.
out. I see each other's faces. You don't want to go? Hangers Club, yes. I see. Please, as you're hanging out, be identifying people you want to work with and partner with, right? It's not just hanging out. Identify them, message them, send them private messages. Say, let's do this. You know? Hello, sir. Madam Afolakemi. We can see you loving up, man.
Yes,
Hello, sir. All right.
Yeah, she saw me.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna end it for everyone so we can get to work. Bye again. Thank you for your time.